Hey, this is Russ Bain, role-playing public radio. We're playing Base Raiders yet again. This adventure is called Canon.
Now, is that Canon spelled with one N or two?
Well, no Canon is spelled with one N. This is two N's as opposed to three.
What about the
church Canon.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm going to head Canon to one. So.
Yeah.
Consecutive N's, Ross.
Oh, consecutive N's. Okay.
Nitpicky.
So, first off, everyone's going to pick a number between 1 and 6. Now, Sean is our first player, so introduce your character and pick a number.
Okay. I'll be introducing Professor Psyche. Way back in the, I guess you'd say, golden age of... No, I guess... I forget the exact ages, sorry. Back in the really old days...
Pre-Ragnarok and after Ragnarok. Those are really the only two ages.
Okay. So well before Ragnarok, back during the age of superheroes wearing, like, full suits and domino masks and hats... Professor Psyche, originally Mr. Psyche, then Doctor, then Professor Psyche, did his thing. He learned the ancient mind disciplines of Mu to manipulate the thoughts of others and read them.
Hey, I didn't go to Mooniversity for 6 years to be called Mr. Psyche anymore.
Right. Eventually, he decided he was through with the superhero business, settled down, taught at a local college. Finally, he comes out of retirement, gets blowed up by a supervillain, and like his body, his psychic force was thrown into the body of a comatose child who was never going to wake up anyways. Just to make it somewhat okay, but not really.
Johan.
Not cool. So he was completely incapacitated and therefore not registering on whatever for Ragnarok. That's how he avoided it, but he had nothing to do with the Ideal anyways. He didn't like those jerks. What?
Well, the Ideal were problematic in some ways.
Yes.
Pick a number between 1 and 6.
Let's go with 3.
3. All right.
The rest of us should start.
You have been sent, since you're relatively new to the underground, you need to
$1.
get your feet in the game. You know, they want to see how skilled and talented you are before they give you any juicy assignments or anything. They're asking you to go on a routine mission to check on a remote station deep below the Earth. The station is called Vector X, and they don't tell you exactly where it's located. They just say just step on the teleporter pad, and you do. Yes.
Because I do.
Yes.
Get in the box.
They give you a clipboard with a list of things to do.
What's in the box?
So you have a clipboard.
Wow.
Anyways, next up, Aaron.
Hey, this is Aaron, and I am again playing After Image. She is also coming off of the last adventure, which was Avalon, the Wild Hunt. Which the good news is that because of that adventure, Sparkles has deactivated the kill switch off of her and tracing device off of her armor. The bad news is that since she's now on the run from the government, they are actively hunting her. So she's been primarily in the underground.
Gosh golly, I hope we don't find out.
Instead of picking a number, I think number 4 suits you the most.
Railroading.
Yeah.
Lack of player agency.
All right. Do you want to take the recommended one, or do you want to pick something different?
If it makes sense narratively, I will actually like it, because this is her continuing adventure. So,
all right, you are on the run. You're looking for a place to hide. The underground is more than, in fact, Sparkles tells you a place you can go where no one's going to find you. Step on the teleporter pad. Yeah, and you find yourself in Vector X.
Saying that in the Sparkles voice. No one's going to be able to find you.
No one. You'll be safe forever and ever.
It's kind of a Toki war.
Yeah.
This isn't taking me off Earth, isn't it?
Oh no,
Dr. Roxo.
You'll be in the Earth. Yeah.
Wait, no, this is not another Hollow Earth situation.
There you go.
Goddamn.
You just got nudged.
Yep.
Chevron's locked.
That's standard to the player, my friend.
Tom!
I'm not above it.
Yeah, it's Tom. I will once again be playing Foot High Science Guy.
Yes.
And I'll go with number 2.
Number 2. Well, this actually makes sense. You were messing around with some technology someone had gotten from an Ideal safe house, and it turns out it's a teleporter. You push the wrong button, and oops,
oh fuck!
Yeah, and you find yourself in a control room of some sort. And yeah, so you're waking up pretty much the same time. David.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to be playing everybody's favorite Avatar of Androgynous Lawlessness, Violet Vision. And I'm going to yield to your decision on this one.
It's androgyny. It's Pat.
Railroad.
I will say you got lost while you were exploring a base, and you found yourself stepping through a door, and there's a little crackle of energy, and you find yourself in a new room. You stumble and you find a sliding door button, and it slides open, and you find yourself in a control room of some sort, staring at some familiar faces and some unfamiliar faces. So you just got lost in the wrong place, and it teleported you far away.
What number was that?
That was number 6.
Okay.
So there is 1 and 5 left.
That's what I thought. All right. Well, this is Bill, and I'll be playing Jeff Crate Marsden, master of crate summoning.
Yes. This is a character I developed, part of the upcoming supplement Glitched Realities, video game-based powers. It's
going to be great.
He likes crates. He's really good at crate.
And hate barrels.
He hate barrels so much. So 1 or 5?
$1, Bob.
$1. All right. Interesting. A group of aliens has asked for your help to retrieve something.
Is it in a crate? Because I'm great at that.
It is a crate. It is crate-shaped. It is a boxy computer, an alien computer. The aliens, the Ludians, tell you it's very important, and they will pay you in many crates.
Don't trust them.
Wow.
You're not there.
And you're kind of their last hope.
Help me, Obi-Wan.
So,
Obi-Crate Kenobi.
but you agree, and they were able to jury-rig a teleporter. They picked up a signal. It's somewhere in this area. That the ideal built deep below the earth.
I move 2 crates onto the activation switches and step in.
Yes, you find yourself in the control room. And finally, that leaves Melissa.
Yep.
And you were playing
Beatrice, who is a member of the head council of the Underworld, apparently.
Underground. In New York City. Basically the equivalent of a city councilor / mayor with your own commando squad. So a little better than city councilor.
So you're saying the mayor of Springfield doesn't have a Black Ops team?
She would be a city manager.
That we know.
Really.
That would require way more organization than the city of Springfield.
Ross, city manager.
Have you seen the council?
City manager, yeah.
There we
City
go.
manager is an actual position.
Yeah.
It's above the council, kind of, but they still serve the council. They actually get things done. They're the executive. The mayor is mostly more of a title.
Hey, Aaron, that's what Callie did,
I get
right?
things done.
You do get things done.
Mainly through talking.
And so you're
Very
at 5.
expensive.
And you were going on a mission because you actually had to talk to... You know where you're going. You're actually the one person who knows where they're going. You're going to the graveyard of giant robots, is its common name. It is deep in the earth, somewhere in the mantle. Thousands of miles and square miles in size.
Thousands of miles below.
And you were trying to talk to a... you've heard some interesting rumors about a, let's see here, salvager there, who goes by the name Mar, but you're pretty sure that's not his real name. He is... and you want to talk to this guy because he salvages giant robots parts and teleports them to the surface. And so you're going to be going in sort of the underground sort of only known public entrance to the graveyard of giant robots, which is in the head Vector X, a giant robot that has, of course, been decommissioned years ago. It was actually like 5 different robots that formed together. So this was the headpiece. Oh no, we're doing this.
Guns up.
Yeah, you were looking through the open eyes of Vector X as you were in the head control room, and there are some very slightly surprised looking nerdy little people in hoodies and jumpsuits who are messing with all kinds of computers that they have hooked up to it, and you're looking out to the eyes open up to reveal just sort of a bluish greenish kind of mist fog. So all of you look at each other as you all apparently came here on the teleport pads, which is like a Star Trek sort of teleporter bay. So you're all actually kind of like next to each other, or you arrive within minutes of each other as you're all sort of disoriented and looking around. There is a pink mohawked-haired woman in glasses and a hoodie looking at you, kind of askance.
Hello, Beatrice.
And there's also Beatrice, who is not that.
Like,
yeah.
iconoclast?
No. This is. She says, no. My name's Sky. I'm just one of the otaku that works here. Lives here. Who are all of you?
I'm down here. Hey, how's it going?
Oh yeah. Hi. Yeah.
It was a total accident. I promise. There was a quantum singularity switch that I zigged when I should have zagged, and well, these things happen.
Oh, okay.
But I don't have it anymore, so I'm here with no way back. That is awkward.
Yeah.
Where is here, by the way?
We're deep below the surface of the Earth, somewhere underneath the Pacific Ocean, in the mantle. We're in basically a giant bubble formed in a. There's a giant force field that made a giant bubble, and then the ideal just shoved. We call it the graveyard of giant robots. Every time, back in the 70s, 80s, not a lot of people remember this, but there were a lot of kaiju giant monsters that, Pangloss and all those other villains made. Of course. And so the ideal in Japan was way into it. Built up a lot of giant robots of different types and shoved teenagers into them to fight them.
GD, kids and their angst.
Yeah, and so those all kind of, after the kaiju kind of died out, the robots got decommissioned because, Japan's constitution prevented, military assets like that. And there's also a lot of alien ships here. They're basically anything big and unsightly. This is the rug they swept it under. It kind of developed its own biosphere because also the kaiju corpses kind of like it's like we're about 500 feet up. If you go down, there's like a big swampy, misty area. The atmosphere is protected by there's a biosphere lab out over there that's pumping atmosphere in here.
Okay.
Are you here for the looting job, or were you trying to help? Were you back up for cosplay, or?
Apparently I am now.
That's a base rating.
That's a long story. Beatrice, what are you doing here?
I'm here seeking after a man named Mar. Have you heard of him?
Oh, Marv? Oh, yeah. He's out salvaging. He's, I don't know, about 10 miles that way, I think. He comes in, we get, surface trips are teleporting things every 6 months or so. So whenever he gets in, and he's really the only salvager who has survived for any regular basis. There's a lot of things down on the ground. That's why he built up so high. Anyway, he's the only one who's been able to survive and salvage stuff out. So when he gets a big enough shipment, like 50 tons or so, that's enough profit that he can get a teleport back to the surface and sell it off. And anyone who wants to trip up, he'll just let them hitchhike. So we're about 4 months away from that now. So if you just want to... we don't have a lot of food. We still have Wi-Fi, actually, but...
Thanks.
Priorities.
Back in my day, we didn't need Wi-Fi. Seriously.
Oh, wow. How is that possible? You're not a kid, are you?
You mean the mid-90s?
They might not know it, actually, because, again, it's not full.
Well, you look like a kid.
Beatrice would know.
Yeah.
That this happened. Not a lot of other people did.
Right, no, he looks
like a 9-year-old boy wearing a broad-brimmed fedora, a pinstripe suit, and a domino mask.
Are you
holding a clipboard?
Is that a hologram? Are you an alien?
Don't touch me.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
Kids.
So you can wait here. Cosplay is doing a job. You could talk to them. Maybe they if you can get enough money, you can you teleport back to the surface. If you don't want to wait 4 months in here, we don't have room for you. You could build something off the side. There's a lot of Vector X left that we could salvage or
what's on the
retrofit into
clipboard?
bunks. Yes, on the clipboard.
I have the clipboard.
Oh yeah.
What's on my freaking clipboard?
There's first thing is check on the staff of Vector X, see what they need. Make sure, yes.
Check. Need a haircut.
Let's see here. There's like 5 or 6 of these like geeky kind of otaku who are. Some of them just look up and go back to their screens.
Does the clipboard seem to affect their temperament?
Oh no, they're just like, huh? Okay.
Do they notice the clipboard? Does it give me any measure of authority, or
they don't? You'd have
like
to bring
an
it to their
OSHA walk
attention.
I'm not even sure here. I think it's a valid question because all right. So
if you bring it up, there's like 20 or so things. Or you could deal... there is one thing that's highlighted, action mark. Investigate rumors of mischief in area.
And horseplay.
Mischief is that's in all caps. Do you have contacting?
No, most of my contacts think I'm dead.
Okay, well, you don't know. You've been out of the loop. You don't know
Yeah.
what mischief is, but it's in all caps.
I've got a quick way to find out.
So yeah, the problem for all of you right now is that you're all stuck down here for months. Even you might be able to get a teleport signal back to the surface after you deal with Marv, but seems like there's something else going on here. So yeah, I'll just go from left to right. So you already talked a little bit, Violet. I'm sorry, after him.
Oh, it's okay. Actually, do I do an information roll to see if I recognize the cosplay as a hero name?
If you have contacting at +2 or higher, you've heard of them.
So I basically just the information.
Do you have anything with networking?
Yes, I do have networking.
Okay, what's it at?
That's at my Spy Salon to 8.
Oh, okay. Well, then you've heard of them.
Okay,
the contacting has networking.
Okay, sorry.
You heard of their base rating group. There's 3 members. One of them is a robot or a power armor pilot. You're not sure which. Their leader is actually one of the... It's actually kind of an enigma because she was active before Ragnarok. She was an elemental saber, a squad of Japanese schoolgirls who fought demons in Tokyo and had weapons that transformed them into powerful warriors, sabers. And her name is Saber Antimony, and... So, she's the leader, and then there's also some guy with energy projection powers called the Chosen One. He seems kind of a...
In the name of iron, I will smite you.
So, they've been active for a few months. Have a decent rep. You're not sure why they're here.
So not a lot, at least not a lot of collateral damage.
Well, you can make a roll now. Well, you can spend some time to... You could use Spy Savant to try and figure out what they're doing.
Okay.
Since I've actually met them,
well, yeah, you already know all that for free, but you still need a networking test to find out what they're up to now.
That's just going to be one. So
they've been hired. They're currently on a job. That's all you know.
Yeah.
You don't know who or for what reason.
Okay.
But it must be pretty high paying to get to the graveyard of giant robots. So whoever is... Obviously, they would not wait 4 months
to be incommunicado for almost 6 months.
Well, that's the thing. They probably are... Whoever the client is probably well off enough that they can pay to have them teleported back to the surface when they're done.
Okay.
So, yeah. Foot High Science Guy. You could look around, see what the...
It's like, ooh, technology.
Yes.
I'll start just crawling around the...
All right, so you crawl around, you look at the eyes, which are just giant, windshields, essentially. And you can see basically the head is tied on to the mantle itself, as this is right at the edge of the force field. And you can look back and you can see the rest of the vector axis most of it has been kind of bolted or welded or just, built into the walls of the mantle. And it's just in pieces. And they have elevators and ragged ladders and paths from each piece. So if you have good balance, you could explore the rest of it. But
I can.
I know you can. I know, but so that's what you see. Far below you, you can see sort of a swampy kind of Dagobah kind of look ecosystem that's forming. You do see things running around.
Almost involuntarily, slimy mud hole. My home this is.
Yes. You do realize there is light. This is not pitch black.
I imagine, that shouldn't happen, so I'm sure there's something producing it.
Yes, there is something producing. You give me a science roll to try and figure that out.
Use yours for a second.
Oh, do you need some dice?
Oh, yeah. Can I use yours real quick?
Here, just give me these.
Use a set.
Okay.
Just not the purple ones.
I got it.
I have more dice.
Bioluminescence from decaying animal.
Kaiju. 5.
Okay, and that's at Superhuman. Yeah. You realize this whole thing is only possible because there's an incredibly powerful force field that is keeping all the pressure from the mantle.
And the heat and the lava.
Yeah, and the heat and the lava.
And the burning fiery death.
And the burning fiery death.
The magma.
Yeah, it's actually kind of cool. It's like 60 degrees, 65 degrees. You realize, though, it's a little warmer in the command center. But you realize that this force field must be the source of it must be in the exact center of this bubble, and it's projecting a tremendous energy at the surface, at the top of it, and it's sort of just refracting out from that. So you can tell it's some sort of unusual pattern. So there is some kind of day and night in this region. It was probably engineered to have that there. The Ideal built this not only to store things, but for other reasons. Because if they just wanted to store things, why would you bother to have a day-night cycle and that kind of stuff? So there's a lot going on here. Next up, Violet Vision.
Well, since I'm here by accident, first things first. Beatrice, what are you here for?
I am here to talk with a man named Marv.
Would you care for some support?
Absolutely.
Usual fee?
Usual.
All right, that's very good. Marv is a ways out, over 10 miles, and this is obviously quite wild. And
I could always use an escort.
You do know that there are... the kaiju are all died, and the corpses are mostly shoved in here, but all those parasites and small creatures that lived on them, which are, the size of horses, by kaiju size, they probably survived, and they're probably hungry. You two work out a deal for the fees and whatnot. So, Crate!
Yeah. You mentioned the Ludian job. I said after everyone else clears away.
The Ludians actually try to get us to do it. We're here stuck.
Yeah.
Well, we're also otaku. We're nerds. We're not like combat guys like you. We're not going to head out there. We have some backup. You actually notice in the corner, which you thought was a wall, is actually a robot of some kind. It looks really old, but it has a couple of big machine guns on it. We can call backup to protect this area because the underground wants to have a safe way in and out of the graveyard. But we're not going to go. There's some Ludian artifact turned on some time ago here in this region, and they wanted us. They sent us specs for some sort of tracking device we could build for it, and it requires stuff that we have, but we kind of need for various reasons. And also, we're not probably way the fuck out there. We're not going to go out and do that. We're not offering very much money, to be honest. And they didn't say why, and they wouldn't say why, and they wouldn't say why they needed it. So they're very secretive about it. So they didn't make a really good pitch.
Guess you're not broke enough.
The underground's paying for us. I mean, here we're getting crowdfunding. There's a lot of superhero otaku who just
please tell me about your Patreon.
Yeah, they essentially have a Patreon on the darknet for nerds who want to learn more about the ruins of giant robots.
Would you like to know more?
Yeah. So to be fair, there's a lot of research topics here.
Dude, I'm already just ooh, nice, wow,
yeah. There's apparently new species mutating.
Excuse me, Dr. Newt.
Yes.
Beatrice has a job.
So
you can show me where that thing is.
Okay.
We don't know. We didn't build the tracking device,
incoming.
So it's somewhere in here. It's still active. We can tell that much, but it's not close, and it's
what's your spitball estimate that the components needed to build the tracking device could be scavenged out of the,
you don't have super science. You would need a super scientist to do that.
I was asking the otaku.
Okay. They...
You can use either of those.
We could find it if you're willing to go out and do the work of salvaging some stuff.
Sure.
Marv will probably have it on him, or no, he knows the layout pretty well. We have a rough map of the area. Just mapping this place is difficult enough. Drones don't last too long. Because, by the way, don't fly too high. We're kind of safe right here. We kind of have a deal with it, but there's actually a kaiju that's still alive. And
you might want to lead off with that.
Yeah.
Yes, please tell me more. I want to know more.
Okay. It's the deadly imago. It looks like a big moth or butterfly, but it's like the size of a skyscraper, so you're not going to hurt it, whatever you have. It's just going to...
Is this the one that has the two tiny women that sing at it?
I don't know.
How could you live here and not know about it?
Because it's scary. We figure out a way to communicate with it with pheromones to where if like things get really bad, we have a like come here and kill whatever has this pheromone on it. But that will probably wreck everything. So it's like our last resort. So that's our like. If anybody comes here and tries to threaten take over the station, be like, yeah, we'll just screw you. We'll kill everything. It's not a great system, but it does. It seems to nest near the top or whatever, and. Yeah, so don't fly too high, you might attract its attention. We lost some drones that way, we think. It's big, and it's fast. It's surprisingly fast. And stealthy, which is...
Impressive.
Yeah, exactly.
For size, yeah.
But yeah, if you don't do that, you should be fine. So don't fly too high. It seems to be sleeping most of the time, and I don't know. You see, we have different theories about whether it's actually the same one that was spotted in the '80s, or whether it's the child of it that grew after Ragnarok. Or anyway, so they nerds start nerding now. So, as a group, you realize clearly there's some sort of job going on. There's some sort of profit. You established. Yeah. Since I
just looked over, I had a chance to look over the clipboard. Who actually hired me?
The Underground did, actually.
Just the Underground as a whole. So Beatrice hired me, or somebody else in the Underground?
Someone else. Someone lower than Beatrice.
Okay, so would she know about my operation?
Not necessarily. You're doing a routine job.
Okay, because I think
she's like the not the CEO, but like the CFO. And you got like an assistant manager handed you this.
Okay, so I'm just gonna walk. Hey, Beatrice. Hey, it's me, Professor Psyche.
Nice to see you.
I was hired by so-and-so, whoever hired me. By full proper.
Grunwald hired you. Yeah.
Grunwald hired me to check up on the people here.
Naturally. That is his job.
Well, what's this mischief? Is that one of those newfangled criminal organizations that pick dumb names?
Mischief?
Yeah, it's in all caps.
You do know what Mischief is.
I know what Mischief
those of you
is.
networking at Superhumans here will know that Mischief is a new criminal syndicate that has, they seem to specialize in traditional crime, i.e. bank robbery, gun smuggling, drug smuggling, art heist, things like that. But
there are 4 of them in cloud masks.
They're actually more than 4 of them, but they do wear masks and they do have superpowers. But they do not wear like villain costumes. They tend to wear body armor.
Do they shout at each other to resurrect themselves?
You don't know that much. You'd have to roll, but they might. So
can't they come up with something more creative for a name like Crimson Lotus? There was an outfit, Crimson Lotus, man, back in the day.
When
Tell
you talk to them, you should
You
mention
mean back in the early
appropriation.
2000s?
yeah.
Okay, so I have a question. So,
Sure.
do I know why I'm here?
Kid.
Let's see.
Am I offering Marv a job, or am I investigating
Okay, so what you know about Marv is that that's probably an alias, and you've heard. Well, it's definitely an alias, but you don't know who it is. And the thing is, you've heard. Well, actually, give me a roll. We'll see how much you know. Roll member of the High Council. Mm-hmm. It was enough to get you down here, but it actually might have been the other High Council members who told you.
So that's a +3.
Okay, +3. Marv may be the alias of someone who was around before Ragnarok, like an active hero or villain. So he might have information about Ragnarok itself.
Okay.
He seems to have a lot of insider information about how the ideal worked, and a lot of knowledge about high technology and like how giant robots are built. So he might have a lot of really valuable information. He might be up to no good. I mean, who knows what kind of treasure trove technology is out here.
I'm investigating him.
You need to find out who he is, and then you can ascertain whether or not you should just leave him be, or take him in, or take him out, or recruit him. Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like for me to find out what I know about him?
Absolutely.
So,
Okay.
Let's see, I'm going to do information at Superhuman.
Okay.
Or actually, no, Ascendant.
Your what's-called skill?
Crystal Eye.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a 4.
Okay. That is not. You pick up faint traces of his aura. He did pass through here some time ago. He is not mystically powered. He is older. So he was alive before Ragnarok, active before Ragnarok, but you do not know much about scientific or technological villains. So he's not a sorcerer or a demon or a magical being. So you can rule.
But I will recognize him when I see him.
You'll recognize Marv, but again, yeah,
Spice Bond again at extraordinary. Try to pull up an me.
Sure.
That's going to be 3.
And what skill was that?
Spice Bond.
Okay. You've heard about this guy Marv is apparently responsible for a tremendous amount of salvage that's being shoved up to the surface. He knows what he's doing. He only gets good scrap and sells it, and he has some sort of automated or robotic assistant that helps sell it at high prices.
Do we know who his known buyers are? Or are they usually on anonymous?
He sells it through the bazaar. So, like, he actually has robots manage a storefront in the underground. But he also does. He actually has a very sophisticated business operation. So multiple outlets, multiple distribution systems.
Hard to trace.
He's totally Glengarry Glen.
Well, it's all through the black market. Yeah, I mean, it's all not supposed to be traceable. So he puts out a lot. He sells a lot, and people come and buy stuff. So,
so to get these dirty hippies talking and maybe reveal...
Foot High Science Guy's bought from them.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like technology.
So, yeah.
To get these dirty hippies, talking a little bit, because they have funny color hair, right? So,
well, they're just otaku. They're nerds, and they love superheroes. So,
they're all like me.
Okay, yeah, all right, fair.
I'm like 115. Come on. So get these kids talking, and at least get them to say, maybe reveal a little more than they're initially willing to say normally.
Okay.
Would that be like presence, empathy?
Empathy would work,
right,
or presence. Yeah.
I'll use the empathy.
All right.
Just kind of, a little more understanding. And they might slip up more because they're talking to what they perceive to be a 9-year-old boy who doesn't understand any of this, but they don't know the rest. So. Sure. And I guess that's the first time I'm gonna.
Yeah, just roll empathy.
So I got even. So it's +3, and anything else if.
Okay. With that, you realize they're happy to talk about anything that they're researching. That these are people who have given up all lives on the surface, so they can come here and be at the forefront of mad scientists and base rating knowledge, because they're trying to map this area. There's they're finding all kinds of shit about the Ideal. The Ideal fought wars in space and didn't tell anyone. Like they repelled alien invasions that it's like we'll just not tell. The public
close you came to dying.
Yeah, again,
kids, you're supposed to share this information. It's for the people. There's and
just mapping this alone will take. Okay. There's lifetimes worth of work.
And while I'm doing this, I'm also filling out the clipboard as much as possible to help them out. Obviously, I'm here to help.
They do need help. Their systems are precariously balanced. They would like a super scientist to help fix and.
Well, you have one.
Yeah, so that would actually be pretty easy to do that if you just want to volunteer your labor.
Once he finds out.
So if you can convince him to do that. So that's actually pretty easy. But the one thing, they keep their defense systems. They don't want anyone talking about that. Obviously, they're very guarded about how they protect themselves, because this is a dangerous area at times. It is
and by that I mean always.
Yeah. Well, it's very big and it's very sparsely populated, even with the mutants and aliens and parasites and things. There's a lot of space to cover. And there's just lots of vast areas of. You do get hints of some of the landmarks in here. Apparently, nearby, the highest elevation aside from this is Rocket Punch Island, which is it's in the middle of a lake, but it's just a giant mound of robotic arms and hands that can have rockets attached to them for a rocket launcher.
Also known as Mazinger Hill.
I think I saw that show a long time ago. I'll share this with Beatrice because so far she's the only person I know and trust.
Sure.
Bring that to her.
So the main thing is, like, what do you want to do as a group? So Tom, you can give, or Foot High Science Guy can give me a science check.
I will give science check. Yeah, 2.
Okay. Well, you can't fix it on when he mentions this and you look at the systems, you can tell they need some more parts that you can't really get here, or you can't make do with what's available. You need to go out and get some more.
You need a metric somaflange.
Yeah, you do need a somaflange.
The thing is, I actually know what that is.
Yeah, you do know what it is. It's really awesome. And please don't tell me.
No, Foot High Science guy knows.
Well, I know.
I'm not saying I know.
I know. Don't try and explain. Don't tech babble is what I'm saying.
No, I need a somaflange, not a somaflange.
Subtle difference.
So you need to go out and get stuff and bring it back. So that would basically be, and then just give it to them and not like try and make any money off of it. So like if you salvage some stuff in a dangerous place and then returned here, you could fix that, but that would be no profit for you. So
Dude, I'm already rich.
okay. So yeah,
Blue Matter Technologies.
So as a group, you have to determine what you want to do first. You could try and contact Cosplay through the radio, try and hail them if you wanted to do that.
Is it a ham radio?
It's a high-tech... It's a former Ideal radio.
It's like 10-4, come through, good buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
What do they tell us about transportation? Like, if we wanted to go and see Marv, we would need a map and some way to get there.
Well, they have a map.
Okay.
They can put it on any high-tech device that you have available, so...
but true, because they mentioned flying, but they're actually roads.
Well, don't go higher than 500 feet. Like, it's a very large bubble, but, like, that's...
Well, for those of us who are non-flyers, regardless, so...
we do have kind of a... hovercraft thingamajigger that'll go over the swamp pretty well, but that's ours. I guess if you promise to return it.
Could I rent that from you?
Yeah, no, of course you're with the Ideal. I mean, with the underground.
Or get a swamp boat.
You know my money's good.
Yeah. So yeah, you could. It's just going to be really bad if it blows up, for them because they will be
It's
stuck.
their only one.
Yeah, that will fit all of you.
It's okay. I can get you another one.
You could get a small one with that.
And a very temporary one, but they don't need to know that.
Yeah. So yeah, you could use that for transportation. You would have to worry about. So yeah, if you fly at a couple hundred feet, you'll be too high for the parasites and other monsters to reach you. But you need. Yeah, they don't have anything like that. They do have a. They have a couple jetpacks actually, but they're kind of temperamental, and they mostly use them so they can fix Vector X, do work on the outside. So.
Also, they drip liquid fuel all the time.
That's what the bubblegum's for.
Yeah.
The temperamental jetpacks was the name of my New Jack Swing band.
Ignore.
So you want to? So yeah, you've heard about Mischief. Apparently, they received word that Mischief was looking for a way into the graveyard. And they found another way in, but that's it. They don't.
So we know they're here somewhere.
They're somewhere, and you know that there's a Ludian alien artifact that the Ludians want back really badly, and Cosplay is doing a job. And then there's this salvager Marv, who is
All leads back to Mars.
yeah. So let's see.
That'll be a gas.
Yeah, you can all look at the map if you want to. They do have some. Landmarks mapped on there. There is Rocket Punch Island. There's also Biosphere X, which has people on it. Human Ideal staff that are working. Apparently, they're trying to perfect biosphere and technology and terraforming technology there.
Might be a
I'd
question.
like to make a point of scanning the map entirely so that I've got it memorized.
Okay, you do. Yeah, anybody with some sort of device or something to let them copy the map or have it, they would do that. So,
Can I just whip up a quick device to do that?
do you have variable on anything?
Yeah.
I forget. Let me take a look.
Well, super science. It's coming up with.
I would say it costs you a fate point, and you could.
I'll do that.
All right.
Would my manipulation of my own mind count for the ability to memorize it pretty quickly?
Yeah, you could do that.
Make a roll for that?
No, you can just do that.
All right, just memorize it because I'm disciplined.
Actually, no, that'll cost you a fate point too.
Okay, I'll wait on that one then.
Yeah.
Forget these people.
So then there is the showroom,
Great, you got
which the U.S. military and Western militaries apparently tried to blend their military technology with giant robots. So they had a series of prototypes of jets that could transform into robots and tanks and that kind of thing. It didn't take off.
They got sentient.
But they dropped them in they thought they might, so the Ideal stored them here, but they're actually in a nice like bunker kind of or hangar, so they're all nicely preserved. So they call it the showroom.
The jets didn't take off.
Then there's the gantries. all those giant robots need a lot of like large metal frameworks for the pilots to walk up in order to get in. So they just have a massive framework of those. There might be people living in it. They've seen lights there and weird radio signals.
It's going to turn out to be the ending to Beyond Thunderdome.
Yeah. There is the hexagon, which is a hexagon-shaped structure with some sort of command HQ for a Japanese mecha division, where they, the people who screamed at the teenagers to fight monsters hung out at.
Are they Class A or Class S?
Run away. Run away.
There's also eggplant, which it's a giant purple-colored biomechanical fleet ship that was destroyed around somewhere in Jupiter's orbit. This was kept secret from the public. It's been kind of rotting there ever since, and it looks like an eggplant. It smells a little like an eggplant, so they call it eggplant. It's really gross, and there's a lot of weird things in there, so people stay
So what you're saying is that it started out as an eggplant, but now it's more Baba Ganoush?
Hey!
What?
Then there is the museum, which is where most of the giant robots have been put. Some of them are underwater, so it's just, then, let's see here. They tell you to stay away from the heart, which is the big glowy thing in the center. They have a giant biomechanical mecha there that projects the force field. It's indestructible, but if you shoot at it or mess with it, it pisses the hell out of the imago and probably other things. So
And just go, no.
it's also really weird and creepy.
No.
And just, ooh.
There's just no reason to go down.
Yeah.
So we don't go disrupt the AT field.
Old man
You're saying.
I don't know what you're talking
Old man
about.
McGucket lives there.
And they also tell you if you find Otto, tell him to come back. It's okay. It's this robot drunky thing that's really sad and depressed, and he is wandering around, and they're kind of worried about him. So if you can find him, that'd be great.
Reaction. Thanks for noticing me.
Exactly. So that's an
Oh god, he sounds like an elk.
sorry. So there's a lot of dangerous things out there. A lot of the robots that are there have, weapon systems half active. There's all kinds of bioweapons that are kind of mutated and, sort of, so there's a lot of chemical and biological weapons out there. They're kind of leaking. A lot of weird parasite monsters. Definitely don't shoot any of the new kind. They're a new species, hybrids of Ludians and Greys. We haven't figured out their language yet. It's a weird place down here. So
Are Ludians and Greys close enough to human mentality that I could?
You don't know.
I guess I'll find out.
You'll find out.
The hard way.
Yeah. So you can load up in your boat with what limited supplies they can offer you.
Buckle up, my wingtips.
They do give you a little guide that says here's a visual guide on what's safe to eat and what's not safe to eat. The safe to eat is 2 pages. The not safe to eat is 30 pages. It's laminated, so you don't have to worry about getting wet. And they say, good luck. Please take photos of anything you find or video. Bring it back. Definitely bring back our boat. We're going to need a new hovercraft, aren't we? Shut up. Who's piloting? Does anybody have drive?
I can't reach the pedals.
I think we're going to just take our foot-high science guy and put him on the console.
That's great. It does power like a hover. One of the hovercraft at the back. So you have a great time seeing. It's definitely designed for human. You could jury rig it so you can use it more easily, but that'll you have to make it. You have to change some things. Some might be a little more fragile.
I'll make do.
Okay. So give me a roll. Do you have drive at all?
I pilot.
A pilot, yeah, pilot. Sorry, give me a pilot.
3. Actually, I prefer not to. 5.
Okay. So where are you heading first?
Showroom.
No, you do not.
That's Aaron talking. That's not after him talking. Showroom.
We need to discuss this
Showroom.
as a calm and rational group.
Fine. We'll calmly discuss it once we're in the showroom.
I will mind control the hell out of you.
Just try.
So
Your character will wake up with no pants in a
you know
strange
Marv's
place.
She's an
general
Get
location.
in
So
the crate.
Mind control means it gets removed.
The
You know how to do
otaku
it.
think that cosplay is up on Rocket Punch Island because they talked about needing to broadcast a signal, so they were probably wanting some elevation. So they might be building something up on
They're
Rocket Punch
gonna get
Island.
eaten.
So, and depending on what mecha were there, they may be able to salvage parts for a transmitter.
Yeah, definitely. So those are two possible locations, or you could.
I'm driving a hovercraft in the mantle of the earth.
Yeah.
Suck it, Mom.
None of this should have happened. Looking at all this junk out here. Leave it to the ideal to be a bunch of hoarders. I mean, seriously, we used to keep things clean, neat and clean. If you don't need it, launch it into the sun.
Also, Tom, we've met your mother in this game. She's actually pretty cool.
I know. I had a joke, but then I lost. I was going to suck it.
Reagan?
Billy Wilkerson, the little kid that used to make fun of you in school?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Okay, now that you've thought it through.
Actually, he's a Chippendales dancer now.
All right. So you get a 5. You do pretty well on your piloting check. Everyone else, since you're piloting, you can't really notice. Everyone else, if you have alert or something with notice on it, the notice. When I say if you have something with notice or whatever, it's the one of the things in italics. But if you have alert, you have alert.
Good grief.
I have no clue. I'm at a total 0.
All right. All right. 3.
I'm too busy. I'm
5 at Ascendant.
Okay. 0. Okay. So you notice it. You both notice that there are things moving in the mist towards you.
Gorillas.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Well, they look kind of like mites if mites were the size of smart cars. They're
Mites?
Yeah.
Like the bugs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Smart car, economical.
Yeah. So with you, you can perceive. Yes, there's a horde of kaiju parasites. They're converging on your position.
Maybe we can talk to them.
You also do notice there is some sort of strange gas emitting from some plant life or something straight ahead. Or you could veer off to the left, which looks like it's going to go over open water, or over rougher terrain, which will slow down your hovercraft.
What's our elevation right now?
Just a couple feet off the ground.
How high will the hovercraft go?
Well, with all of you, not very high.
How big is the hovercraft in total?
It's the size of a large bass boat.
I should be to like my
Well, hold on. First off, the people with alertness get to act
That's
first.
true.
So you get the first act.
First thing I'm going to do is let good old Dr. Newt know that they're back there.
Mm-hmm.
They're back coming up on the side. So
They're flanking us.
Yeah, they're beginning to flank you.
Okay, and start counting off how many I see and pointing out targets.
Okay, so you're pointing out. All right, if that's your
and
full
also make sure that he's aware of what's up ahead. It's all right. We can either try to go near.
Well, you can't do all of those at once. So you can either point out targets or tell him what's up ahead.
Lice around, I'll start pointing out in a minute, but we've got 2 options to get rid of them. There's gas, there's rough terrain. Figure out how we're going to lose them.
So that will be his action. Next up we have Crate. Since Crate rolled a 4.
I summon crates.
You summon a Crate. It begins.
One in each hand.
You summon 1 crate. You summon 1 crate per round.
Yeah.
I'll say you'll have 2 crates because you had a crate to sit on.
Exactly.
Can you summon a giant crate? Or
No, it's only crate size.
So what you're going to do is you're going to box them in?
Yes.
So you can either summon a crate or throw the crate that you have now.
Oh, I've got one already.
Yeah, you had one to sit on.
I mean, are they very clearly like they're not just investigating us? They're
beginning to catch up. They're clearly it's like wolves hunting, like pack tactics. They're beginning like
okay,
yeah.
fine, crated.
Okay, go ahead and give me a roll.
Right. 2.
2 superhuman. That will hit one of them. So one of them tumbles off to the side, and you hear a splash.
How many are there? That we can see.
If you want to count them, that could be your action.
That's not what I want to do.
Okay. Because they're moving, and there's like, is that the same one? Or,
If we know how many there are, maybe I have something could help. So.
Well, it's Beatrice's action.
So, what is the extent of my sorcery skills?
You can do pretty much. It's versatile. So you can.
Can I cast a veil on the hovercraft so that they can't see us?
You could.
I will do that.
That would be 2 points. That would be 2 fate points you have to set aside. Because it would be stealth plus unusual.
Plus 2. So.
Okay. You
Camo hovercraft.
Camo hovercraft. It goes invisible, so they will need a roll to beat that. Let's see. Well, it's invisible, but it's still making noise.
Right.
So
they can hear us, but they can't see us.
They can get a general fix. Actually, you could, if you spent the 3rd point, I could say you could be silent too, but no one could talk because you'd have to be silent.
I really doubt this crew is going to manage to not talk.
Okay.
Well, no, it's enforced, isn't it?
It's enforced.
It's cone of silence.
Yeah, it's a cone of silence.
As in, okay.
No.
We have a way around that.
Well,
It's true. We brought TACnet.
You need to make me do that. And
that could be as well. So do you enforce the cone of silence? That would be
okay. So I'm going to enforce the cone of silence and give him a meaningful look.
Okay.
It's okay. I can reach around.
You can all see each other.
You permit me. Do I have permission?
You do.
All right. Okay. Let's see if they are.
Always escalating.
They are losing. They are beginning to wander.
Come on.
Well, next up though, Foot High Science Guy, you have a decision to make. Do you want to go into them, or do you want to go to the right into the field of gas, or do you want to go to the left into the rough terrain, which would require, even with your silence, you'd have to make a piloting check to not hit something that would obviously alert them.
I like this one.
Well, you get to decide because he hasn't had time to act yet because he didn't make his alertness check.
Yep.
So he's just like, oh god, whoa,
I'm just noticing the signal to
He's still reading my mind.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's your choice. Don't look at anybody else. It's all on you.
I'm busy making us camoed.
Gas.
All right, give me a piloting check.
This can only end poorly.
This will end great.
Or not.
1.
Okay.
You have.
Well, you got 1, so you didn't fail, so you don't crash.
Oh,
so
good.
that's pretty much the best thing. It does go through the mist, and the gas is visible, so they can see it being displaced by that. So they're like, oh, that's weird. They'll go investigate that.
But they're mites. How smart can they be?
Exactly. They're not. Super.
It's like, I say, Mike Henry, how are you doing? I think they may have gone this way.
All right.
That's a
Who needs to
idea,
breathe?
Mike Thomas.
Let's go check it out.
Are you in environmentally sealed armor?
We've decided this no.
All right, great. You don't need to breathe because you're
I'm
made of
fine.
porcelain.
I need to breathe.
You need to breathe. You need to breathe. You need to breathe.
Crystalline transformation.
Well, that would have to be your next action. So you're affected for now.
I need to breathe.
You do need to breathe.
I am
All
to
right.
breathe.
We'll get that.
Everyone gains a temporary weakness health and weakness mental.
Is there any way to mitigate this with my adept training? Because I was trained by the ancients of Mu.
Later on you can, but
Okay.
this is... You can thank Caleb for this.
Thank you, Caleb.
Discover that you can't breathe the air.
Did I get Caleb?
Bless you, Caleb.
All right. Let's see here. You all gain a new aspect, gritty gas exposure. You are all immediately compelled to either commit an act of violence or monologue about your dark and conflicted past. So on your action, you have to do one of those.
Ross, do I get fate because
No, not you, because you're not.
Ross, I've already been doing this.
Well, you have to. That's your action.
Okay.
That's all they can do.
Is act violently or monologue. You are now a Frank Miller character.
All right.
Wait a second. Is the cone of silence still in effect?
Well, they can do. It's an. Well, no.
I haven't rolled it yet.
Yeah.
I might fail.
So
You can't do it now.
No,
You
I can
have to
share
mark.
it with you
You can't
because
telepathically share it.
because now I'm the narrator.
Yes. So yes, go and give me a roll of your mind.
Oh, this is gonna be screwy. Okay, so it's at +4. So
Yep.
+4 God tier.
All right, you're all telepathically linked. Give us a brief monologue about your tortured past.
I couldn't believe these children had dragged me into this. All the problems with children these days. A child's body, but a man's mind. An old man's mind. Why? Why does it have to be that way? I can't even pick up a dame like this. Really? Really? Come on. All I can score up is a pedophile. That ain't right.
All right.
That classifies as dark.
That is extremely dark. Good job.
I thought that was Miller's.
That was no. You hit it dead on. But next up, so finally, we have after image, you need to monologue or act violently. If you can do something while monologuing, I'll allow it.
So I'm good.
Or useful violence.
Useless violence. How close are we to the either structure or the or a force field wall?
You're heading towards the middle of you're like miles away from it.
Okay, so are there any other islands or pillars or hard walls that are near us where we're going?
Sure. There's a bit of a shoulder sticking out of a Gundam-esque looking robot.
Okay. How far are the remaining mites behind us?
Maybe not too far. I mean, you gained some distance because they saw the gas being displaced. So
okay.
Come on, mutant.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Mitch.
What I'm going to do is create an illusion, a secondary illusion, since I do have range on my armor, of the boat that ends up sounding and smelling like us. Since I'm assuming that these are creatures that can track by scent, too.
That would be an assumption.
That is an assumption. But something...
Violence or monologue?
You need to monologue while you're doing this.
You can project fart.
Hold on for a second.
Okay.
Hold on.
Well, actually, you can spend a fate point to resist it.
Huh?
You can spend a fate point to not monologue.
I'm going to keep doing it.
All right, no, that's fine.
That is my hatred for Frank Miller.
I can't monologue.
Don't need to be talking about my dead homeworld right now. That's not the point of this.
There you go.
But use this to basically lead them into the debris, the detritus in order
Okay, go ahead and give me a roll.
All right, come on. Come on, armor. Five.
Okay. You do quite well. They are
Skitter.
only one is left at this point. There's
You'll
still
let the phantom phase through it as the rest of them spear themselves on.
one of them jumps over it. Is quite agile.
I got most of them.
Well, now we're back to a new round. So the might will act, and it will attempt.
Might makes right.
Does the might have to monologue while it does this? And it's mine.
It's in there.
We're not privy to it, though.
Chitter. Damn chitter.
I'm the goddamn.
Goddamn thing.
So it gets a +2. So it jumps quite far and lands near the boat, but not on it. It needed a 3. So it's very close. And it can... Yeah, so it still doesn't know. It doesn't know that it hit next to the boat because it's invisible and silent, but it can see the gas being displayed. So it's still there's one left, but Violet Vision gets to go.
I didn't used to be this way. At one point in time, I was just a grad student, but then I saw secrets that man wasn't meant to know. This crystal isn't just in place of my eye; it's embedded halfway into my brain. Slowly but surely, I'm turning into one of the crystal sentinels. One day I'm just going to be a living statue. But until then... Twing!
All right, you're going to attack it?
No, transforming.
Okay, you transform. Ding! All right.
Until then, I will do the best that I can to protect those who are in my...
So it'll start fading away from you. So next up, Crate.
It's horrible to have your life controlled by a mundane object. They follow me everywhere. Every store I go into, they're already there. I'm beginning to think they're not following me. I'm just following them. So I'm going to summon a crate and stare at it angrily.
All right,
Actually,
you don't have to roll to summon a crate. You can do it automatically.
All right.
So yeah, you have a crate. Like Hamlet looking at a skull.
Yeah.
Alas, poor crate. Next up, we have Beatrice, who is
Alas, poor
what
packing
is going
box.
on?
I knew him well.
Who is looking around
Yeah.
and feeling very confused about why everyone is suddenly sullen and silent.
I'm kind of concentrating.
Yeah. So you can act. You see. Yeah, you've used your sorcery for maintaining the spell.
We're going to put it back.
And
I wasn't going to put the lid
the
down.
might probably is not verbal. So you could try to help someone else do a thing. or I don't know. What do you want to do?
Well, could I help him navigate through the?
Sure. Give me another alertness check.
Okay. So +2.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm peering
Foot high
ahead
science guy will
into
get a
this.
+1 to your roll.
Am I piloting?
Yes.
Oh, good.
So
I'm helping you reach the buttons
I'm
you can't
helping.
reach.
yes, there you go. Teamwork. Let's see.
Violently.
They're really well coordinated though, because outside of the constant
So where's your
monologues, all overlapping.
Dr. Psychic?
Professor Psychic.
Professor Psychic.
Yes. Okay. Crap. There's nothing I can really do add to this, so I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah, just keep following. You actually, there is a new development. You gain everyone who has been exposed gets a new aspect, which is this temporary aspect. You know, it's high pressure blood. As you notice, you have a little cut. You realize you take dramatic wounds now.
That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, so don't get hurt.
Okay.
Hey, it is 2016. Everyone gets tagged.
Oh, do I still need to make a pilot check this round?
You will at your action. So,
Yay!
so you could. You have convinced psychic though, right?
What? Sorry?
You're convinced has psychic on it, right? What are the aspects on it?
My convince, insight, and menace are all psychic.
Yeah, menace. You could just scare it.
Okay. Well, actually, am I able to affect it?
You don't know. You have to
All
try.
right. I'm going to direct my monologue at it.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll.
Now we're being chased down by these horrors. I just want to roll first. In spite of the -1, that puts me at a total of +3.
All right. It works. So what causes the mite to recoil in horror?
And now I'm being chased down by some horror out of the Orient. I've been to the Orient before. I tore a tiger's throat out with my bare teeth while the ancients of Mu trained me. I could tear this thing's throat out. Be a good way to blood this new body. The new body needs blood. Boiling blood.
I hear kaiju might howl. I know how it feels. So
So I'm probably going, oh crap, this guy's psycho.
Yeah, it recoils. Let's hear. First off, before we get to after image, foot high, give me an alertness check.
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Let's see here. Actually, no. You warn her. You made your alertness check though, so you know that
I'm up there with him.
there's a dark shape coming up ahead. So
Foot high, please notice the dark shape.
yeah, it looks pretty solid. It's pretty opaque. In fact, it looks like a tangle of shapes. So you can give me another
It's not
piloting
budging.
check.
To the contrary, you'll find that it's quite stationary.
Yeah.
So I need what now?
Make a piloting check.
Evade.
Yeah.
Very yes. That's a 5.
Okay, a 5. So you don't crash the boat. Good job. As you realize you're going through twisted wreckage of several. Well, it's all just metal shrapnel right now. But there. So you lost the mites.
Do I have a monologue here?
Oh yes, unless you want to spend a fate point.
No, I mean just like trying to be scary. Like just okay. And then like oh yeah, like used to be normal. Just have a normal life, normal apartment. I had a girlfriend once. Like you know what I think about now when I think of girls? I just think of fertilizing a pile of eggs at the bottom of water. That's my life now.
Ew.
Like he's like, you don't know. You don't know.
Let's see here. Everyone at this point, though, everyone who's been affected who has monologued at least can make a willpower check. Let's see here. Difficulty is +3 extraordinary. So you're superhuman. You get additional +2 to your resolve check.
Okay.
Resolve is willpower.
Hold on, give me a second. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right.
Since I spent, can I?
No, you can't. You haven't been compelled yet.
Well, I compelled, but I spent a fate point to get out.
Compelled to act out through it. You're not self-aware enough.
If he okay,
you're still holding out.
would it
on
be too unethical?
Are you spending? Well, sorry.
Sorry.
There's a lot to go on.
Right,
so if you make your check at +3 extraordinary or higher, you realize what's going on, and now you can you gain a +2 bonus to all future. You can make a check every round to resist it, so you don't have to spend a fate point to it. Because you're self-aware, you realize what you're doing.
Since I'm self-aware and I'm the one who's uniting everybody's mind, and I had a pretty decent roll against.
Yeah.
And I'm God tier. It's not actual control. It's just guiding them. Can I shape them?
Sure it is.
A little bit. To resist it.
You can do one person at a time. You can't do it with the entire group. You don't have zone.
Okay, so I'll just wait until somebody's really...
So if you make that roll, you realize what's going on, and then you can make a second roll in your next round and spend a fate point to negate the mind affecting point. Part of it, but the high pressure blood will last as long as you're exposed to it, so you're more vulnerable to injury. So you don't have to worry about it because, you're still affected by it because it takes a while to leave your system.
I can clear a physical consequence once per round. Is that a physical consequence?
You could do that. Yeah. You could do that. Well, the high pressure blood. The gritty gas exposure is a mental consequence because it is affecting your mind.
It is all up in
so,
your
Craig,
brain.
did you make your check?
No.
Okay, so you're still like, my life. But
Yeah.
Now,
before we end this round,
3, but it wasn't at that tier. So I actually rolled a 4.
what's your resolve at? Or
My resolve is just plain old resolve,
okay.
and it was at fair, so that's a 2.
Okay, so you don't make it. You need if yours at mundane, you need a +5 on your roll to succeed. But anyways, after image gets act. So are you spending a fate point to resist it for this round?
I'll make my decision here in a second, but do we still have the last mite following us?
No, it
fled in terror.
Yeah, it fled in terror. He scared it psychically.
Okay, so
But now you're going through an obstacle course
You might say that
of
it's gone.
metal wreckage because you're putting he's putting the pedal to the metal, as it were, on the hovercraft.
I rolled a...
You're not crashing. So
No, I rolled no for resolve.
okay. You realize what's going on.
Wait a minute.
You can next round you can make a roll to
I
negate
love
the mental
fertilizing
effect.
eggs in water.
But anyways,
Best part of my day.
so after image, what is your roll? You could try and tell Foot High to slow down. You could look out, alertness check to figure out what obstacles to go after.
okay, to see if there's at least a safe landing zone for us.
Yeah.
So
Or you could, so make an alertness check.
Yep, we'll do that. And to mitigate this one, I thought I was escaping one dying world and ended up coming into another one. This is so goddamn ridiculous. I hate that unicorn.
All right, I'll allow that.
So
That was sufficiently dark.
I don't like Ringnor. Yes, that's gonna be 5.
You do see there's something glowing up on top of that metal wreckage. Oh, that looks like a cannon. Oh, it's swiveling towards us. So maybe we should not be in its firing arc.
Simon, we have to. No, it's like you might want to make him swerve.
He points it out.
Who's Simon?
I thought that was your first name.
So it was Jack.
Sorry, Jack. So keep making Jack. You might want to look out for the cannon.
I'll avoid it like I avoid fertilizing egg piles.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. It's the gas. Never mind.
All right.
But that happens.
Third round. So you're ducking through bits of metal sticking out from the water and the ground as some sort of cannon is warming up to fire at you. Let's see. So you're transformed. What are you going to do, Violet?
There's a sometimes they say the best defense is a good offense. I can shoot first. I can see it. I can hit it. But should I hit it? That could trigger an entire battle sequence, and maybe these people aren't really ready for it. I can fight. Dr. Newt can't. I mean, look at him. He's just a foot high.
I will give you a fate point if that's all you do this round. You just think about it.
Yes, I'm going to continually monologue.
All right.
Are you like frozen in position like
Yeah.
it's an anime and we're trying to save budget?
I was thinking...
Yeah.
He's just on the side, like
Or
he's
Richmond
perching on top of a
Richmond
building.
from the IT
you know.
crowd.
Yeah. I was also thinking, like, just think of an actual comic book where they lean over the rail and they hit the huge box of monologue.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing.
Yeah, you get a fate point.
Pass me a rock.
Yeah. I have some more here.
Rocks.
Here, there's...
Rock.
So, Crate. What is Crate going to be doing?
I'm gonna punch the crate I summoned.
All right.
Inside is a gas mask.
Give me that
Oh, logical. All right. You put the gas mask on. You can negate the high pressure blood, which will be good because you won't, take as much damage if you get hurt.
Yay.
Which is probably going to happen with cannon fires. Let's see here, Beatrice. If you wanted to, you could take cover behind some of the other characters in case the cannon opens up. You don't know what will be firing out of it.
Do we know if the hovercraft has any kind of weapons on it?
No, it is definitely a transport vehicle.
There's nothing.
No.
You give
technically,
me 12 hours, I could have this thing.
It does have a weapon on it. It's got the violet vision. Which, by the way, you should probably duck behind me, love. I can resist a hit really, really well.
Yeah, I'll be hiding at this point.
All right,
I guess I'm gonna get behind.
Wait. There's an achievement if we wait till it fires and redirect its own fire at it.
Chivo!
The lady with the deep voice should probably just shut up already and start firing. But I didn't know.
All right, so you're taking cover, so you won't be hit by any attacks. Violet will take the attack.
Violet.
Professor Psychic.
Okay, so how exposed are we to whatever the heck it fires? Is that? I mean, because really, I think it's gonna. How big is this cannon?
You don't know. It's up on a giant thing about 30 feet up. About a few hundred.
Whoever noticed it, what are they thinking about it?
You're not a scientist technician type.
Okay, so that doesn't make any sense.
It looks like gun. It does gun things.
Use gun on.
You'll find out in a second.
Because I'm thinking, if it actually hits us, it's probably going to destroy the entire hovercraft. Hovercrafts they're not known for being terribly durable.
No, it's a ship that hovers. It's not like a airbag hovercraft.
Yeah.
Okay. Even then, they're probably not well known for being well armored.
Depends on how much. If it targets the passengers or the vehicle itself.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to follow an example, and I'm going to get behind the biggest tank.
Well, Violet's already, Beatrice is taking up Violet. So
I'm behind Beatrice.
Taken?
You're behind. There's no room for Beatrice.
Really
I am trapped in a 9-year-old boy's body.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Boom!
Spin a fate point, and there's enough space.
Fine.
Yeah, that's how fate points work.
Okay.
You're activating your aspect for a benefit, and that's
okay.
There's enough. There's magically enough space for Beatrice is holding oh, this is not.
What do I do with
One
human
bonus for being
child?
9. You can sit on women's laps.
so great. Oh yeah, no, you
And
had
nobody questions it because it's really not going to be anything.
So after image, did you make your will check last round?
No, I monologue, remember?
Okay, so you
now
can
I can make a will check this time. Or resolve. So.
Yeah.
3.
Is that extraordinary tier or mundane?
Monday.
It's not good enough. It is at extraordinary tier. If you spend a fate point, you would have enough to resist it.
So.
Okay. You realize what's going on, so you're beginning to fight it. If you monologue again, you get a fate point back. So you can give into it, but you really it's the aspect is still on you, but you're getting fate points if you use it, and if you spend another round to resist it, you can get rid of the aspect entirely.
Okay.
But I can always compel you to do it. So what is your action this round?
So. We managed. Where exactly are we on the boat? So, where is the cannon bearing down on us? Or
It's on top of a big metal thing, shoulder something sticking out of the ground, swiveling towards you. Looks like it's about to fire. You're passing it's here. You're just woo, and it's just tracking you.
Okay. I'm guessing your illusion is already worn off by now.
No, it's still active, but it's obviously using something other than sight and sound.
Sight and sound. It's probably going by thermal imaging too, which that's my system can overcome on ascendance. So
I would go for tracking the monologue.
For you, not for the entire ship. I mean,
I have disguise. It's a disguise unusual in range, so I can use
range, not zone. So you can do it at a distance, but you can't do it for the entire ship.
Oh, okay.
It has an engine. Remember, engine makes heat. So you could do it for one person or one. Or the engine.
The engine, so okay, then I'll use it over the engine to basically try to mask our signature.
Yeah, it'll mask the signature of the engine. So that will no longer be a target.
This is a bad idea.
Well, hopefully that will be the biggest one, so.
This is a bad idea.
How?
The choice was between, and we can do this, right? Since we are in an actual hive mind right now.
Yeah, you're maintaining it.
Because I'm godlike and I'm the admin.
Yeah.
Yes, you're godlike.
I'll allow it.
Okay. Just something
if your power is TACnet, all right, I'll give you TACnet.
That's pretty much, isn't it? I mean,
yeah. No, it's fine.
The problem with this is, I'm kind of feeling like it's going to target the hovercraft or us. You eliminate the hovercraft as a target, as a heat signature. What heat signatures are left?
That's true, but if we're going by any kind of alien technology, if the biggest...
Do you have any kind of technological skill?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you can give me a roll. You can try to identify it.
That's going to be 3.
All right, you recognize it's not. It's going to fire. Well, it's kind of you're actually kind of both wrong because it's going to fire a battery of missiles.
Oh,
he's an amphibian.
Small missiles,
but that
missiles.
doesn't mean he doesn't have a heat signature.
You don't know what type.
Even if he does, it's a very small one.
You can mask a heat signature. Can you fake one?
So
if it's tracking heat signatures.
All right, this is all you can talk about.
I have range. Yes, I can. I can create another one that would be registering as false heat.
Okay, you could do that. All right, make a roll.
All right. That's going to be a 3.
Okay.
So.
All right. So finally, foot high science guy. So the missiles fire. It is full anime-esque Atana Circus. Lots of missiles, lots of big clouds of smoke, and they just spin and spin and spin. They're bearing down on you. One of them goes off to the side to hit a illusionary heat source. So Aaron, all of you are going to be hit except Aaron can choose. After Image can choose one person not to be hit by it.
The one driving.
The driver,
or the ship, or the ship itself.
Oh, we can't actually choose the
yeah, it's going to. Everything's a target.
I'm so squishy.
Okay.
The engine is a target, and all the other characters are a target, except for there's the Violet Vision is taking the hit for 3 characters. So,
and I know I'll choose the ship because my armor still has resist damage, so I have a good chance of surviving.
Well, let me roll damage.
And I'm going to use my action to track the one that's going after Foot High Science Guy and blast it out of the air with my Searing Crystal Vision.
What was? Oh, you monologued this round. That was your action. This is the same round. It's going last. So Foot High, give me a piloting check. See how good you can dodge missile.
Like
Good roleplay there.
It's a great monologue.
You're welcome. 1.
All right. All of them.
That?
Well, you don't tip the craft over or wreck it, so,
Fate reroll.
You could do that if you want to spend your fate point. Do you have fate points left?
Yeah, I got 4.
Okay, well, that's your choice.
I'm trying to find how would I.
Just spend a fate point or turtle.
Yeah, you choose one of your aspects that would make sense.
Alien Augmented Mind, you know that this is going to go wrong?
Actually, that augmented mind is okay. That missile's coming in at a trajectory of 3.
Yep.
Just do that all instantly in my head. 2.
2 is better. I'll say it has normally this would be a +4. Now it's just a +3 because of time roll. But this is everyone. Oh, look, it was pretty well. So it's +1, and this is an ascendant attack because, actually, anyone who is vulnerable to gritty gas, this is an ascendant attack because you're 1 tier higher because you have high pressure blood, or actually, you gain mana weakness health because you're just more vulnerable now. High pressure blood actually does another thing. So first off. 1 ascendant. So wait, what's your?
Mine is also at ascendant.
Okay.
I am no longer affected by high pressure blood.
High pressure blood. However, the other thing is just a standard gritty gas attack. So go ahead and roll your resist damage. You need to get a 3 or better, actually.
That is a 5.
Okay, a 5. All right, so you absorb the attack. I will say though there will be knockback. Because you're absorbing the attack of 3 characters, so you get a fate point, and you are knocked off the craft.
Do a Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, so you're just whoa.
And a barrel roll.
Yeah,
Do a barrel roll.
Backflip.
Oh yeah, of course. You're out of the gritty gas, by the way. You cleared that. So you two are fine. As your cover is knocked off the ship. So, crate. Do you have a crate to block?
Do I?
All I had, well, I just punched through the side of the one to pull the gas mask out.
Do you have a fate point?
Yeah.
I'll let you say you have enough of a crate left. If you spend the fate point, you have enough left crate to block.
All right. Well, tactical crate movement is dodge.
Yeah, you could use tactical crate movement.
So, yeah. +2.
+2 at superhuman?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. So, this is 3. So you take... Lose 1, so it's 3. So you take 1 stress, and you still have high pressure blood.
No, I don't.
Gas
you don't? Mask.
Oh, that's right.
You're the pyro right now.
Let's see here. Actually, yeah, you take 3 stress because of the weakness.
Okay. Could I... Yeah, sorry.
You're more vulnerable.
Is it too late to invoke to bump that?
You could, if you want to spend a fate point, sure.
Okay, yeah. Tunguska artifact powered reality warper. Nope, I dodged better than that.
Yeah. Boy, that was really weird. Your reality, you see the missile slam into you, and then it doesn't. You're like,
Achievement unlocked.
Yeah. So,
Actually,
want to send it?
The missile. The
So
achievement unlocked
on
will-
my
the
armor,
achievement
my
unlocked.
I resist damage and ascendant.
So roll.
Yep.
Don't roll 4 negatives.
I still have
Or do.
You have to keep talking.
Did I really? Is that really -4?
That's
No.
3 negatives and a plus. So that
That would be -2.
that would still be 2, and I'm not taking damage
Okay.
on this. So.
Actually, you are. You're still taking 2 because
But
it's
I'm
treated as 1 tier higher.
But I'm re-rolling that. So
Okay, you can reroll.
So for
Spend your fate
that, going underneath, I will protect my new home world.
point. Okay.
And that's much better. I got a 6.
Okay. You resist the attack. With that, the missiles are out of range now. Tom, let's see here, foot high. You didn't get a 0, so you didn't crash the ship. No, there was one on the. No, you chose to have the engine not be attacked, right?
Yes.
All right, so the ship itself is fine. So yeah, you've cleared it. The only problem now is Violet Vision fell into the water while in range of the missiles.
Missile.
Violet's down!
Yeah, so you're underwater right now.
He's the
You
only
don't
one.
have environmental, so you still need to breathe, I would think. And Crystal, I would give a fate point to say you can't swim in crystal form because you're too heavy. So you can use athletics to try and run there, or you could turn back. You don't know when you'll get to something you can climb up on. So you're just in swampy water right now. You don't know what's going on. What are you going to do?
Okay.
I don't know what's
Let's.
going on. It's so
first,
heavy.
I'm taking that fate point.
Okay.
Mine now. I take it.
And I am going to run.
Okay. Give me athletics.
That is at a 4.
Okay. That's just mundane tier, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not a run. It's kind of a purposeful walk in the water. And you're holding
Speed
your...
walking.
Yeah, speed walking.
It's like you're mall walking.
Yeah. So the rest of you cleared it. You lost a member.
As I'm walking, though, I am thinking, well, one of two things is going to happen. Foot-high science guy is going to drop down some kind of scuba gear so that I can continue to breathe down here, or my new friend, Professor Psyche, is going to tell them exactly where I am because he can hear my thoughts.
Oh yeah, you know where he is. He's going the wrong direction.
Oh, by the way,
He's going the wrong direction.
probably
It's a swampy
let me
water.
out.
am I still under the effect of the gritty gas?
Yes.
Crap. Okay, so I'm gonna work the monologue into it.
Oh, good. Please do. You get a fate point.
Awesome.
And that's your action, but is to tell them where they are.
Yeah,
but
it's gonna be-
please tell it in a melodramatic and tortured manner.
I couldn't believe it. I was hiding behind a dame with another dame. What's that say about me? Am I sexist? My God, this gas made me sexist.
I'll take it.
I'm calling ladies.
The statuesque purple lady fell over the side, and now she's walking in the wrong direction entirely. I just wish the amphibian up front could realize this, but still not get a shot at again.
So he tells you where they are. The other 4 of you can give me alertness checks.
Okay. Two.
Okay.
1.
Wrong page. 3.
3. Okay, with 1 and so you can kind of see, the general since all 4 of you were looking. Well, actually, 3 of you because Foot High is busy piloting, looking where you're going.
I am literally attached. I have attached myself to the console here. I don't know who's talking to me. It sounds like the voice of God.
Cruel God.
Yeah, I need to compel your Foot High thing to say you can't do something piloting wise, but we'll do that in the future.
Can we?
Yeah.
Can we really?
The 3 of you realize, one, you can see about where the missile launcher's range is, an arc of firing, so he's going the wrong way from the rest of you, but he's getting outside of the range of the missile launcher. However, there is something moving in the water that he's walking towards. You don't know what that is. And you're pretty sure he can't breathe underwater, and he needs to breathe sooner or later. So
can he contact him?
Yes.
We can all contact each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the problem is those of us affected by the gas.
So whatever's moving underwater clearly doesn't notice you at all because obviously your spell. But he is going to have a bad time. You're going to have to get him out of the water. He's either going to have to turn human to swim up to the surface, or you're going to have to fish him out. And there's something moving in on him. Something that he can't see because it's murky water. But anyway.
In fact, I can see all. Yeah, it's...
All right, give me an alertness check. He was disorienting.
Yeah, that's 6.
Okay. You do see there is a giant tentacle thingamajigger. You don't know. It's big. It's
tentacles. Why does it always come down to tentacles?
Well, you're in a swamp.
Is there anything in the boat that we can use to pull him up? Rope, chain?
With a fate point, there could be.
Or with a great point, there could be?
Oh, there could be.
Or it could be a great point,
gas, I would say, would just be 1. Do you have a variable? Actually, that would be environment. What's your variable scene budget?
2.
2.
And I've used 1.
Yeah, so you could make that your next action to get some rope.
Yeah, fine. I will poop out a crate. And...
Oh, there's just another crate there.
Yeah.
Oh, you just turned the corner.
Yeah, there it was.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's his action.
Actually, it's a life preserver ring tied to a rope.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's his action.
Oh, fine.
It's got weights
just a
on.
rope.
You're still
you could
just
I'm maintaining this
the rope
and
down.
monologuing.
after image, what is your action?
So I'm going to be throwing the rope over.
All right, give me athletics.
If the tentacle thing breaks the wrong way.
It's true.
3.
Actually, wait. We could just distract the tentacle monster. Yeah, I think I like that better.
Okay.
It's going to be an anime love pillow.
Oh, awesome. I'll treat that as deception.
At the top, I got a 5 at mundane on my athletics.
Okay, you throw. Well, you throw the body pillow quite far. What anime character is it?
I don't know, Aaron. What anime character is it?
No, this is you. You stand
Sasuke
on your
Uchiha.
disgusting body pillow.
Sasuke? Who's that?
It's
is
new.
that Naruto?
It's sealed.
I don't even know.
Oh, we
It's not
going on with
used.
that?
Wait, is that pink
Did you
haired girl
just
from
go with
Naruto? I don't even know.
No, that's the black-haired guy from Naruto.
Okay,
Like I said,
sure, yeah, of course.
You went yaoi with it, didn't you?
Yes,
yeah.
I did.
Okay.
So
Because
you
if
throw
there's a
your
tentacle scene
Sasuke.
involved, it's going to be a yaoi scene.
All right.
Damn it.
You get it.
All right, fair enough. So
Those
you throw
playing the home game.
the Sasuke body pillow quite far. The tentacle monster does go for it. Give you another round. So give me another. You now know which way to go. Give me another athletics check.
That's going to be at a 4.
All right. You lose 1 point of health stress because you're running short of breath and you're using a lot of oxygen.
Actually, I am going to take the minor consequence. Leave me breathless.
Okay.
Take my breath
All right.
away.
Well, stress goes away at the end of the scene too. But yeah, that's fine. You take the stress, or you take the consequence. You're running short of
Minor
breath.
consequences go away at the end of the scene, too.
So he's about 15 feet away, but under 15 feet of water or so, 20 feet of water, 10 or 15.
So did you throw a rope?
He threw a body pillow distracting the monster.
That's not helpful. Okay, so I will throw a rope down.
That's funny.
Okay. Do you have a fate point for that? All right.
Wait, that was another one.
There we go. Well, that one just
two
goes
of those are for your spell.
Three of them.
those.
Three was for the spell, so now one is for the...
One I keep.
Yeah.
All right, so there is a rope. Do you have athletics?
No.
You find the rope.
I find the rope.
She hands it to you.
Someone throw this rope.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on, but I seem to be.
I thought I was throwing a rope, but somebody handed me a body pillow of all things.
Well, now throw this.
Hold on. Do you have athletics?
Yeah, I have
Okay,
that's
all right, good. Okay, make sure.
They're already good?
I don't know.
You're just good for time.
Apparently, so not very far.
All right.
So that's going to be 1.
All right. It's in the general direction. So
And he can see it, though.
you can see it. It's just out of. You can't
The
just
current's
grab it.
gonna
You have
take
to
it
jump
the
up
other
and
way
grab it. So one more athletics check.
I believe, David.
Anime leap.
Nah.
That would be a 1.
One is not good enough, unfortunately.
On the other hand, a 3 would be maybe.
If you spend a fate point. All right, you spend a fate point.
This one is going to be. Where are my aspects? Damn it.
What's other aspects?
Right there under aspects.
Sure.
Sorry, David.
Okay.
Low-hanging.
Conviction. I know what I see. A rope.
Yeah, all right. You grab it, and so you're holding onto the rope. Someone needs to give me a might or physical force to pull him up in his crystal form.
Please don't have me
Not
do
me.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got 3 outs.
Dude,
Great
I'm like
man.
10 pounds.
That'd still be athletics to pull him up, or
Athletics would work.
I'm 10 pounds sopping wet.
This is
have it.
pretty hard
I don't.
at mundane care.
You're good with traits, not much else.
3.
3. All right, you're still. You'll take more stress.
Well, I can take the stress, and while I'm still down there, climb the rope.
You take one. Yeah, you take one. Another. You take 2 stress this time. It was 1, 2, 4. That's how it'll work. But you're beginning to black out. But then you're finally pulled up.
That's only
yeah.
2 stress I've taken so far on it.
Yeah. Well, the
Guys,
first one
I'm
you took.
I'm sorry in advance, but crates are really useful, and I'm out of fate points.
Okay.
I'm going to jerk the accelerator.
Yeah.
Achievement unlocked, barefoot skiing.
Okay. So you're as soon as
Hold
he
on,
gets
real
on, you're
fast.
gonna do that.
No, as soon as he's holding the rope.
As soon as he's holding the rope. Okay. Give me a new piloting check, Fadai.
Like, what are you doing? 4.
4. Oh, you're barefoot skiing.
Only on.
Yeah, give me another physical force. You really need to hold on.
Such an ass.
Do a
You
David.
really don't want to fail this.
David, do a barrel roll.
And jump.
You.
There we go.
Hey, you're fine.
6.
All right, with 6 you barely.
God! Why? I was like, it wasn't me.
Then who the hell was it?
His foot.
All right.
Put your foot on the accelerator.
Achievement unlocked!
Push you off.
Okay, he's over.
You can't push him over while
I
you
know, I'm
hold on.
holding it. Yeah, no, I'm not.
So the tentacle monster notices all this commotion. It's chasing after it.
I wonder what the devil's going on.
Oh, look, the distraction failed.
So with the
because-
6, you're stable. You don't need to make any more checks to hold on to him. Violet, you're above. They have enough speed that you're above the water. On the water, skiing, barefoot skiing. But there's a tentacle monster chasing after you. The body pill only distracted it for so long.
Wait, this doesn't have orifices.
Yeah, exactly. It just has the appearance of orifices. I'm angry. You need to do something to get the tentacle monster off your.
Are we still gritty?
The what?
Are we still gritty?
Now it's fading now.
Are we still quiet?
Yeah, as long as she keeps the spell up.
Do we need to be quiet?
It can see the fucking skier. So.
Yeah, at this point, I think we could let go of that.
All right.
Great. So
Wait,
do
can I
I need
see
to
it?
maintain the mind link now? I'm free
Can
to do
I
something?
see it?
If you do something psychic, it will break the mind link. So
But do we need it?
that's up to you. You don't need it. Yeah, you can talk now.
Okay. In that case,
I'm going to glance over my shoulder.
Yeah, you see
Look
the
down
tentacle
at the
monster.
thing, and I am just going to give it the warning shot. In other words, my menace.
Okay.
Bad idea. Turn around.
Still at a 4 and ascendant.
I was going to use my menace, which might be.
You'll need to. It's very hungry. You scare her, but not enough to just.
I'm going to
story.
focus. I don't know if this gives me a
Enhance
bonus.
the scare.
I'm going to enhance it with what's left of that gritty gas in my system, and I'm going to give it the full.
All right.
Blast of an old school masked hero who's seen some shit.
All right. Give me that roll.
Do I get any bonuses for this? Or is it
Just straight roll.
Okay, straight roll. All right.
And you don't get a fate point for monologue.
Okay. Total of 5.
All right, with a 5, that's enough. Is it the two of you put the psychic whammy on it and convince it to that you're bigger and badder and that you're not a meal. So after a while, you're able to find some shore so that you can get back on the boat. And you can continue on your way.
Hand me my pocketbook. It's the one over there that says "Someone not to be trifled with."
Okay, lady. So are we still gritty and...
No, it wears off. The thing about gritty gas is it does wear off after a few minutes after you're no longer exposed to it.
I hate when people try to mess with my head.
Yes, it is very effective, though. There's no saving throw against initial exposure. If you breathe it in, you're affected, period.
Yeah.
So
Gritty gas.
gritty gas, yes.
It makes
Ask for it by name.
It makes everything more vulnerable to
good.
damage and trauma.
I played the right character for it.
Yeah. So in the distance, you come up to the area where you know Marv is operating. It is...
Marv's next to the gritty gas. Show of hands who's surprised.
So...
The swamp screams like an abattoir of dead children.
Let's see here. He is... looks like anyone can give me... with a skill that would know about old heroes from the base rating days.
Information.
Academia, and something with information. Spies of honor.
I've got academics, but I can probably put the old school masked hero thing on it, maybe?
Sure.
Member of the head council?
Yes.
It is.
A total of 2.
6 on the eye telling me all sorts of information.
2 on extraordinary.
Okay. Again, the eye only primarily works on mystic things. It doesn't work so much on alien and high-tech things. It can give you the basics, essentially the magical equivalent of Wikipedia, because the spirits are like, that it's called this, I don't know, science, who cares?
Wikipedia, like with, as in Wicca.
Yeah, the
like
spirit of Wikipedia compels you. So, this is... What would be a good name for a team of American teenagers that fought in giant robots, Aaron?
Something Force 1.
Force 1. Yeah, something Force 1.
Freedom Force.
No.
Danger 5.
Wait, no. Freedom Force 5.
No.
Sorry.
Hyperforce 1?
It's
Hyperforce, yes.
I
think I'd be Americanized.
Hyperforce X.
Hyperforce Alpha.
Hyperforce Alpha. All right, this is the remains of Hyperforce Alpha. Most of these giant robots did fight in in Japan and around Japan, but some of them fought on the west coast of America for the brief period when kaiju threatened California. And Hyperforce Alpha.
With attitude.
Yes, the ideal experiment with some things with child soldiers that, like most superhero groups, did sooner or later, and not quite as successful as the Elemental Sabers, but they did that. So these are the remains. They defeated all the kaiju, and then they were retired, and no one knows what happened to them after that. But
I look down at the robots and go, "Leave it to the ideal to make a bunch of children fight."
Yeah.
Have you seen any of the supervillain groups that were existing between now? It's like now and forever.
Actually, supervillains didn't use child soldiers so much because they wanted professionals who knew what they were doing.
Yeah, they're not Coney.
They weren't so eager to have children's crusades. Like, let's throw more, innocence on the pyre. You see them, and they've obviously, you can see parts of them have been welded out. They've been cut open. Someone is actively salvaging them. In fact, you see a lot of makeshift robots that are dragging detritus to piles that are neatly organized with little wooden stakes with little colored pieces of plastic on them to mark what type of salvage they are. And so these little robots that are just kind of look at you, and one of them has a little red blinking line on its antenna, and you can hear some sort of buzzing sound. Then a voice comes on. Hello, who are you? This is my claim. I filed it, It's mine. What?
This is Beatrice
Oh,
of the head council.
I filed it with your office. This is quite fine. Everything's legitimate. You don't need to come down here to...
Your paperwork is in order. That's not the concern.
That's good. That's good.
I'm here to speak to you about a job.
I'm just a lowly salvager. I'm a bit too old for that kind of thing. But look, I have some tea.
I would love some tea.
We actually, hey, do you have any of the parts of it? Rattle.
What is that? I can't.
Rattle.
Wait,
the parts I need back at the.
Who's speaking? I can't. Damn camera.
Hold on a second. Just pull over.
Hi.
Oh God. What? Is that a lizard?
No.
A talking lizard?
Biologically speaking, I'm an amphibian, closer to a salamander, I think.
Did you grow here? Is this?
No, I'm from the underground.
Oh, of course, yes.
Here, just a sec.
Yeah.
I just had these made. That's a foot-high science guy, Blue Matter Technologies.
Look, the resolution. I got this from this thing's camera is a 1997 webcam.
I can improve this.
Look, if you give me, yeah, sure. I'm sure you can with your fancy store-bought cameras and stuff like that.
No. I can upgrade this one.
The GoPro.
Yeah, totally.
Look, don't mess with my stuff. Go to the pink Hyperforce Bots chassis. That I have a waiting room there. We can. I'll have the bots brew some tea.
You're making your home in the Alpha Phoenix?
Well, it's Amber kept her actually perform maintenance on her bot. She didn't leave everything covered in grease and oil.
That sounds personal.
Yeah. So it's nicer than the other ones. I've emptied out the chassis. So, anyways, so he sounds like a cantankerous old man. So
Somebody's going to get along.
Hey, Ross, Sean, I bet you could out-cantanker him.
I got a few years.
So all of you trudge over there. You look up in the distance. You can see there are dozens of these bots, calmly, methodically salvaging. And you, those of you with foot high, you're super scientists.
Technology roll on this.
What tier is yours?
Mundane.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's about all you can get. You have super science and superhumans.
I do. No, it's still 3.
3. This is actually you do notice some other bots in the distance that he could be pulling from. He seems to be purposely only methodically hollowing out these the Hyperforce alphas, even though there are other possibly more profitable bots nearby.
I'll point that out.
Okay, so
maybe there's something about those over there that he doesn't want to bother.
I was thinking the other way.
So you get there. There are some bots. You hear on a PA system. Hold on. I'll be with you in a minute. It's brewing. Don't worry. The tea is locally sourced, but it's totally harmless for humans. It's a bit like I forgot the name. It's kind of like a black tea, but with a little bit of oolong. It's very nice.
Can I make an empathy roll on him? His voice. Just
sure.
See if he's stalling for time.
It's strychnine.
Okay.
I know nothing.
Okay,
Yeah,
I could do something.
Well, you can't do it psychically because he's not here yet.
Oh, okay. I'll make the empathy roll. I've got a plus 3 mundane tier, but oh, look at that, 5.
You do notice some nervousness, and actually, hold on, he gets in the boat.
Probably gets it.
Actually, no.
I guess so.
Yeah. He looks. He sounds pretty normal. So you can sit here and talk for a minute amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. As do you have the tea or not? Do you look around? Do you sketch your plans?
I would drink the tea. It'd be lovely. It'd be absolutely polite of me, but brought up a 9-year-old. So yeah. What?
Why does that make it wrong to drink tea?
Well, if we have to stop every 10 minutes because somebody has to pee again, I mean, that's going to be non-productive. We got to get in, get out, get this done.
So you're really old, right?
Bet.
So if you had your natural body, we'd also have to stop every 10 minutes for you to pee.
Probably.
So what's the difference?
So were you just Vigo'd into this body, apparently, or?
It's a long story. I don't like to talk about it too much.
So, apparently I need to convince him that I have a job to offer him. Any ideas on what I should offer?
He seems really attached to the robots here in particular. It sounds personal to me, to be honest.
Well, actually, I thought that you had a job to offer him in the first place. Isn't that why we're here?
No, not technically. That is what I am saying.
So then...
But as I said, it sounds personal. It sounds like he's got an attachment to these. I don't know what that means exactly, but I have suspicions.
Maybe he was one of the pilots.
I wasn't going to go that far, but it's just a feeling.
That's a possibility. So,
all right. So all of you.
You referred to one of the other pilots by first name.
True.
Fair enough.
well, they're all public. It's like at this point, most of those
said his
groups
name was, He goes by the name Marv, although we're pretty sure it's not the right name. Do we know what the names of the other 4 pilots were? Or at least, do we know what the genders of the other 4 pilots
There are 2 females, 2 male.
And one
alien.
Amber, Billy, let's see here.
Billy?
Curtis. Thad.
Yeah.
Todd?
Not Chad.
Oh no, Chad. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Chad. What's he the jerk?
Let's see here. Let me write it down. If this is really important.
Amber,
Oh,
Billy,
man.
Chad, and Denise.
Yeah, Chad, Denise.
What about the nephew?
Alan.
No, not Alan. That's not an extreme name.
And it doesn't start
Chad
with E.
is
Let's see.
Ethan does.
Ethan. Yeah, there we go.
Although Evan does fit a little bit better.
Ethan, yeah. So Amber, Billy, Chad, Denise, and Ethan.
Okay.
So they were extreme teenagers in the 80s. So so the man who comes down there looks he's wearing a gas mask and welding goggles, or no, he's just wearing a gas mask, so you can't see his face. But he looks like, just judging from the wrinkles on his skin and liver spots and whatnot, he's like in his 70s or older, and he's wearing sort of like overalls just laden with tools and whatnot. And he has some gadgets and things sticking out from his belts, thick leather welding gloves, kind of hunched over a little bit, but seems to have quite a bit of life in him. Obviously, he's ambling about. He takes his gloves off, leaves his mask on, and did you have any of the tea?
I'm gonna rise, walk to him, offer a hand.
Hello.
Hi there, Marv, I presume.
Yes, and why do you have a child? You're not a child.
I'm Professor Psyche.
I thought you died.
I get that.
Oh, yeah, of course. Heroes never die for long, do they? They always come back resurrected.
Fuckle and brains.
Yeah. Resurrected, where are you? A clone, alternate universe?
I don't want to go into it. It's
Okay.
just, it's a bad thing.
All right. Yeah,
Did the Draculas get to you?
Possess a child's body. You had psychic stuff, didn't it? Yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal.
Probably.
Also, yes.
Comatose. God, yeah, they should really keep better track of those comatose people. So many. I'm just running with this point.
There's a lot of good tools there.
Just my own. A lot of stuff. Getting good salvage out of these is pretty hard. It's technical work. It's easy to ruin something's value. The capacitors.
You seem fairly experienced around them, though.
Oh, well, yeah. I know my way around. Is this about me? I thought you said you had a job, Beatrice.
We do.
Yeah, what's the job?
My colleague is going to explain it to you. Someone.
I accidentally came down here.
Oh. Well, did those
wait, I remember
eggheads up at the
I look at the clipboard.
Look
at the clipboard.
Okay.
Is there anything that looks like it might be remotely around here? I have no idea what I'm looking at. Look, point. You, MVP.
Yeah.
Hey, Marv.
Yeah.
So, I don't know about the rest of these people, but I'm looking for some stuff. You said you might be a guy who knows where stuff is.
Oh yeah, no. If you're looking for something in here, yeah, that's.
I have a list.
Okay. So are you showing him the list of things that the people of Vector X need to?
No, the list of things needed to build the tractor. For the
okay.
thing.
He looks at it for a moment. Oh, okay. So you're here for that.
Yep.
I could give you some more leads if you're willing to split. Give me a bit of a commission, or I could just give you these. That's not too much.
Well,
I think I know why you're here, and it's there ain't a lot of secrets. If you're here long enough, you learn all kinds of things.
let's just start with the tracker, and we'll talk about the rest later.
All right. He pulls out a little tablet device. I got him in stock. It will. I don't suppose you have any loot barter-worthy items or anything like that right now. If you have, somebody has fate points, they could. But otherwise, he'll want something.
I have precious few.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I do. I've got 18 and a half salvage tentacles from a beast in the water.
All right, that's a fate point to have those that you actually got. All right. I can give you the parts if you want me to assemble it. That'll be another.
Don't ask, Brent.
But it looks like that little guy can do it for you. So I'd rather do it. So yeah, they'll be here in a few minutes with it.
All right.
If you want to do that, I don't have much in the way of food.
Marv, I'm a little more interested in information. We've heard rumors that there may have been a back way found into this area.
Oh, there's a bunch of ways. The Ideal had tons of. This is where they dropped off anything that was unsightly or too weird for the public to know about. So they had. There were literally probably hundreds of teleport pads that are keyed to this place. Plus, they had at least one manual freight elevator or tunnel to the surface. That opened up somewhere in a small island in the Pacific. I haven't been able to find that.
Do you have a map of these entrances?
Well, those are... I know where a few of them are, but I don't know where they teleport to. I know where one goes, but that's mine. And that's... the paperwork said I didn't have to reveal that.
No, we're not asking you to disclose.
But I can but you'd be teleporting in blind somewhere on the surface, so I don't know where they go. So if you want to explore those, go for it.
But, you're speaking of the freight elevator, though. What information do you have on that?
Well, I think that's where that fucking giant-ass bug nests are near it. Did they tell you about that? You don't fly?
We've been aware.
Don't fly.
Don't fly.
Really, don't. Just don't. I think it nests up there. It's near the top, near the center, near where the light. I don't know.
Well, we'll be honest with you. We've been given information that a group is down here raiding that should not be. So, and granted, it's big enough to where they can probably do it in secret without you guys noticing.
Yeah,
but we're really afraid of what they can pull from it. And honestly, we need to shut this down we need to shut this entrance as quickly as possible to make sure that it is only accessible to the underground.
Well, again, this is like hundreds of possible entrances.
And as
typical Ideal, all they have to do is keep two entrances, one in, one out. Conveyor line. Well, they got it right in the old days.
They were pretty arrogant, you know. They thought they knew best for everyone at all times. So that wasn't their MO.
So, given the fact that you said that despite the elevator, which is probably not going to be what the entrance that we're looking for, is there any way to trace Is there any possible way to trace to see if any teleporter has been active within the area within the last week or so?
There are teleporters going off. I mean, I built something that would ping me whenever something teleported, and I shut it off because it kept pinging all the goddamn time. I think some of them are just broken. Like, teleporter rocked to this base on the surface and then back, and then just keep doing that until the nuclear battery wears out. Some of these...
Sounds about right.
Do you still have this device?
No, I think maybe I might. Well, I think I disassembled part of it. It's over there. I think I took some bits out of it. You'll have to. He could probably fix it if you want.
Right away.
Yeah, if you want. But I don't know if it's going to do any good. It doesn't key to any particular. You'd have to have a frequency of the teleport when it hone in on something.
Well, we're just more looking for a generalized area. Although another thing that we can look for, is there any place on the island that has either been closed off or would be some of the most lucrative stuff that you could find, but is too dangerous to go in for?
Well, that's the information that kind of costs. Like, you said this is a job, and you paid me for the tracking device, but what else is there? Is that it? I mean,
We're always happy to pay for information.
Okay.
Actually, again, I'm going to wave the clipboard around a little bit and say, you're a good, honest citizen. I can tell that. Know him when I see him. Always have.
Stay out of my head.
I'm not going to do that. I got more.
Right. That'd be a violation. He'd be breaking the rules of the underground. I'm a civilized person. I'm not.
Exactly. And I trust you.
Okay.
I don't need to go into somebody's head to know this. Although, if you think I need to.
No. Okay. I do not give you permission. I am not consenting to.
I understand.
All right.
You know who helped write those rules.
Yeah.
The point is, there's also an issue. Again, information. We're always glad to pay for information.
Mm-hmm.
There have been reports of people operating without licenses down here. Now, they always.
Well, sure.
But some specific people have shown up, a little more hardcore, a little bit heavier gear.
He quotes you to price. It's another fate points worth of loot that you might have on you. If not, there's a task you could do for me that'd be really. I'd have
really?
To like it. Yeah. You see those things that look like mites, but they're the size like small cars. Like
May have had a run-in.
What color's your character's hair?
I'm sorry?
What color's your character's hair?
Brown.
Damn, I was maybe long just so I can see the blondie.
So
I
know. So I'll call you blondie later. I don't get the meaning. I'm sorry.
There's a nest of them nearby. If you could just, I built a bomb to take them out, but I don't. I haven't built a drone or anything. I haven't had enough time to build something that could deliver the bomb. You guys look pretty resourceful. If you could get this bomb into said nest.
About how far away and how many of them are there?
It's about 3 miles that way. There's a lot. So the idea is you don't fight your way through them. There's just going to be too many. You just get over it. Remember, the ceiling's 500 feet. So, any of you fly? Maybe?
I can climb things.
Can you carry a 200-pound bomb while
I can.
Actually,
yeah.
I can.
let me check.
Springboard.
This is a new scene, right?
Yes, it is a new scene.
Okay, well,
How do
then
I get there?
I will stand up from the crate I'm sitting on.
Yeah.
Which, weird, I just sat down on that crate a little bit ago. Let me check.
You got a lot of brand in your diet, don't you, boy?
Jetpack.
Hey, that's a new trick on me. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a bit weird. Yeah, I'd seen something.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. If you have a
Do I know where it
jetpack.
came from? Yeah.
If you have a jetpack, that's that. Yeah, no, just if you can carry a 200-pound bomb on it. Do you have athletics on your character?
No.
Okay.
But I could give it to someone.
You could give it to someone. You have athletics.
Technical.
Who is the strongest? Who has the highest athletics or physical force?
I've only got one
Plus
athletics,
3.
but I'm
Okay.
so.
Got me beat at my 2.
Yeah. You can carry it.
Onward to glory.
And technically, I could sneak the bomb in too.
I wouldn't try that. They are there's more advanced versions. They mutate really quickly. Plus, there's a queen.
Well, the thing. What do they look like?
They change. They're buggish and teeth, and
Does
they're
it
big.
depend on the host?
Use the. It's like it would actually have to make a roll on the armor to just kind of give them a demonstration of.
Look,
how it
I
decides.
thought about that too. I'm just saying. I don't know what kind of senses they have. I'm not a biologist. I don't know.
I
would just fly. They don't fly. All right, they evolved not to fly.
If I had a live or dead specimen I could look at, I could give you some more details.
Yeah.
But.
Well, they're like I said, they change. They mutate really quickly. There's something in the water. I think all the fuels and mutagens and like a lot of
you
ideal
swam in
experiments.
that shit.
Not exactly swam, but
Yeah.
I was made of crystal.
So okay, I can get over.
The nice lady had a protective coating.
Can this be pre-programmed, or do I need to actually know how to pilot this? So
It's a jetpack. I will allow athletics to use that.
okay.
So, but it's going to be a very difficult athletics check to fly and get over the target zone.
And I'm debating
Yeah.
on whether I can do this or not. On whether I'll tell you beforehand.
You could cast a spell to
no.
give him. You could cast a spell to give him after image super strength, so carrying the bomb would be easier.
Okay, but does the jetpack... Can the jetpack carry both?
I could carry the bomb. And
Okay.
Well, I'm thinking that it probably...
It would slow the jetpack down.
It probably projects these enhancement rings into the sky to where he has to do trick flying through the rings, passing through a ring every 10 seconds to keep it powered up enough to do that. Would I get a fate point?
Yeah, sure.
No, you should get a fate point for fucking me over.
Yeah, no, that's how that works.
I should get the fate point for that.
You get a fate point if you do it.
You get a fate point. You get a fate point. No one else.
I want a fate.
Sorry, it's the best I can do. I will tell you.
So, but I could cast a spell to give him excellent agility while flying?
Oh, sure.
Okay. And extra strength.
Yeah.
And you
It'll
know,
be fine.
I could give you some
It'll be
cover
fine.
fire.
I can't do it if
Yeah,
you
the rest of you
it,
can
okay?
distract
It's all
them.
this video
I was gonna
game
say,
bullshit.
if anything,
And I can
if
see
anything
something
ranges,
like
if anything
talked
comes
about
after
this
like tries to
when we
jump
were
up,
at-
I could.
when we were going up
Scare
against
the
the
crap
guy
out
who
of
was
it.
Well, you have to be
with a horn.
So it's 3 miles away, so you
Crate
have to
showed
be
up in that
inside.
image.
So you
Okay,
have to
so
go over the.
well, I have to. Yeah, I've got the range, I think, or
Well, you
The
don't
range
have to
would
do
make
it.
it like from pistol to rifle.
So-
range.
okay,
You don't need a line of sight.
all right,
Not 3 miles away.
okay. So I'm not gonna be able to do that.
Fine.
Well, no,
fine.
you just go over and watch him from a distance and say,
Okay.
30,000.
And worst case scenario,
So
I
something
could
like
use.
open
I was like, if I see something else, since I'm flying, if I need a distraction, I should be able to replicate at least the image, a disguise that would look like something that might be intimidating too. So,
Okay.
Oh, but hopefully it won't come to that.
Okay, so yeah, the rest of you can all help in different ways.
I already helped.
Yeah, no, you helped. You helped.
So if you
a
can get
lot.
me about midway to the journey, I can at least keep line of sight.
He
Possibly
has
keep things
another.
from
You can take your hoverboat over there to.
Can I
hovercraft.
maybe upgrade the jetpack a little bit?
It's really temperamental. You could actually.
Make it less
wait.
temperamental?
stabilize
Oh, hold
You
on.
could, if you spend a fate point, you could give him additional little rocket
Could I give?
boots so that he could maneuver more agilely.
Could I give a
Harkening back to
superhuman
transit now?
Wait,
yeah.
can I give a superhuman level pet talk?
Americans love jet.
No, it's not superhuman level.
yeah, you
it would
could-
actually it'd have to be a regular tier, but I
No,
guess
you could use convince to give him a
Every
temporary
patent
aspect.
needs to be
I can
a
do
different
this.
patent.
It's not going, but it's
Will
okay.
not tolerate a loser.
No, you have impact. So.
Listen, because I mean, God, like, I can do something for you, but you gotta give me permission.
Like, girl.
I'm sorry, I say girl.
Yeah.
I can give you something, but you got to give me permission. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. If you don't want me tinkering with your mind a little bit, it'll wear off. I understand.
Why
I can give you the confidence to do this. It's like hypnosis, only better.
No,
You are still in absolute control.
You would get a mechanical benefit to this.
It is actually
There would be a game mechanics benefit.
all this does is make you truly believe and understand and think a little faster to do the right thing. You are in absolute control.
See, this.
If you don't want to do it, you won't be able to do it.
This reminds me of the little LSD mind control experiments that I remember.
Listen,
reading
I helped
about.
with those, but that does not mean I did anything negative with that, okay? Everybody sign a waiver. What?
How many fate points do you have?
2.
If you screw up, are you going to spend one? Because I already have some. I already have a challenge mode on.
If he screws up, it will, unless he critically fails.
Yeah.
I
got a
will
plus
not
4.
hurt your character.
I've got a +4 on this. So, if you give me permission. Otherwise, I'm not going to force it.
All right, go.
So
All right.
this is fine. Just
I want you to close
no,
your eyes.
It's like no. This is.
All right,
I'm
go
doing
ahead.
something.
Deep
Right.
breaths into the nose, out to the mouth. It's a +4.
+4. You gain a new temporary aspect. Let's see
I believe
here.
I can fly.
I believe I can fly.
You are the flying.
It is a fragile aspect. You can invoke it free for once for any benefit you want. So it's
like a
student
recovery
roll,
maybe?
or
You are a bird. You are better than a bird. You're a peregrine falcon.
and you believe that.
Look at the bird. Now back at me. Now back to the bird.
So
You're better than that.
you
can do it,
okay, so
kid.
he helps out. Foot high. Did you make your science check?
He's
If you spend a fate point, you can give him some additional maneuver jets.
do that.
All right. All right.
Side verniers.
So you have another aspect, temporary aspect, maneuver jets. So you can invoke that free for once.
We were going right back to transit.
A little bit, yeah.
But it's better because you are getting aid from
So
the
you have to go to
entire
the
group.
site via the building if you want to provide ground support to zap, dust mine or giant kaiju mines.
I can try to redirect
Yeah.
things.
Actually, why
I'll
don't you
cast
come
a spell
with
on him
me?
before he
I'll
launches.
hit those.
Oh, yeah.
And you grab one of them, and you just kind of.
Your spells negate all
Can I
penalties that
dominate
we
one?
have, so he makes athletic checks at base. So
Crap.
why don't you grab one
You're welcome.
and go might to might on them?
Assuming direct control.
So, and Creative obviously made it possible.
Rock'em sock'em kaiju mites.
All right, so here's the thing: you have to do. You can't just fly straight to it. You have to do tricks.
I can't fly out.
You have to do barrel rolls.
But you believe in yourself.
In order to keep it working. Yeah, but you believe you can do this.
Those boots are stylish.
So you'll have to make the 3 checks.
Those boots are most definitely not.
Each one of a higher difficulty: 1 to get in, 1 to build up speed, and then the other one to deliver it and get out. So I will not tell you the target numbers for your roll.
Can you carry a 200-pound bomb?
But they get progressively more difficult.
Well, with the magic, you can. He is now flying faster and stronger.
So I think has everybody given you a boost?
Yes.
So Violet, go ahead and give me an attack roll.
We believe in you. You can do it.
That's only a 5, but at Ascendant.
All right, you're giving them good ground fire, and you're keeping them from attacking the boat or the craft that you're on. So you can that will prevent them from being able to interfere with you. So this is all on you. So give me your first athletics check.
Okay. Actually, before I go up, observing, would it be an alertness check to see what creatures are flying up there?
Nothing's flying over there right now.
Nothing. So.
And he will zap anything that gets
okay. So
gets to you.
All right.
With a 5 Ascendant, yeah. No, you don't have to worry about anything.
Okay.
Except your own rolls.
Sorry.
Oh, behind you. There you go.
Oh. Okay, so this will be the first athletics roll.
Yes.
So.
What have you done? You hit my knee lightly.
But the trick is you will not know whether you succeed until after you decide whether or not to spend fate points.
You have a save.
So,
what'd you get?
3. So.
Are you going to spend any fate points?
I only
invoke any of your temporary aspects.
I only have 1. I was willing to keep. I'll spend 1 fate point. So
okay.
I get 2, so
get
it'll put me up to 5.
All right, you do a barrel roll as you maneuver in there. You're getting all those rings that only you can see. But you can do this. You're going to get the high score. Why is there a high score? Yeah, you can see that.
I hate him so much.
Oh, no, you love this. You remember, you believe you can fly.
I haven't invoked it yet.
I know. That's why you're still riding high.
But you believe
all right, so you're moving in, so you just have to get up enough speed in order to make the launch window perfectly or get to let go. So give me another roll.
All right, I'll be using maneuvering jets on this one.
Well, okay, you can. All right.
And that was be a +2.
It's invoking an aspect, so yeah, you can use it for that.
Okay. So +2. Yeah, and that's going to be 6, 7.
All right,
8.
7.
So
you succeed quite well. You are acing this. You're going to get S rank for sure. So now you just have to let go and let the bomb, finish your trench run.
And for that, I'm invoking I can believe I can fly.
Okay.
Use the false.
And, God, that needs. So, with the +2 from that, that will give me 7. So.
All right, 7 succeeds. So you blow up the parasite nest. And the kaiju mites are demolished by it.
Level clear.
Yeah. Level clear. You
challenge mode unlocked.
Marv is quite pleased.
Would you like to try for extra points?
No! Would you like to retry to beat your high score?
Would you like to know more?
He tells you, all right, so here's what I know.
Okay.
There are these gangster types. I think they call themselves Mischief. Yeah.
When he says gangster, I actually perk up a little bit.
Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah, no, they actually they're wearing fucking business suits, but they have body armor on.
Just
and lots of guns. They're all wearing these weird masks. I don't know what the deal is, but they really know what they're doing.
Guns?
Guys, get back to the drill.
Yeah.
Well,
they're in the museum. They're at the museum.
we don't go to the museum.
I actually sent out a scout drone and I figured out what they're doing. They're pulling up. They're dredging one of the mecha up from there. He gives you an image of it. It's a very distinctive mecha type. Foot high. You could try to identify it. Or not. All right.
Try to identify.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Identify.
Your frantic movements are confusing me, David.
Pick up the dice and roll them and tell us what your science says.
No.
Maybe.
Science the crap out of it.
What do your science ears hear, Legolas?
Legolas. 4. No, 3. Sorry.
It's superhuman. You recognize it. You've seen this before. This is actually one of the mecha that's been in newspapers before. You don't have a name for it because the name has never been revealed. Back about 20 years ago in Brazil, there were a bunch of peaceful environmental activists, a lot of Japanese, a lot of people around, but a lot the group. You forget the name of the group, but the group was primarily Japanese, and they were protesting cutting down the rainforest and things of that nature. The problem is, someone showed up in this mecha and killed them all, like thousands of people, and just murdered. So it doesn't have a public name. It's only known as Exhibit 370. As for the Geneva trial, war crimes trial, because it was believed that in the Brazilian government or somebody or corporation might have been using it to wipe out all these people, but it disappeared, and no one knows what happened to it.
I guess now we do.
Yeah, it's unusual design, maybe probably alien. Had reportedly fearsome weapons, although you don't know to what extent. Scared the shit out of people. Some sort of well, again, you don't know much. You just know what it did. It killed thousands of people, innocent civilians, men, women, children, and they're dredging it up. It looks in rough shape. They're pulling it up from water, and that's what Mischief is doing.
They're salvaging like the Nazi of Mecca.
But they do jobs for other people, so who are they pulling it for?
That's a very good question. You could go and try and research that. You have Wi-Fi back at Vector X, so Marv has Wi-Fi here. He has a Wi-Fi antenna. He has WiMAX.
Hotspot.
Yeah.
Phones
3
these days.
3. You.
Access correct now.
You actually cannot get with just a 3. What tier?
Extraordinary.
Let's see here. You cannot find out who the client is. The client is all you can tell that it is not one of Mischief's usual clients. That's all you can tell. It's not one. This is a unique client. This is the only job they've asked Mischief to do.
So, Beatrice, do you have any other contacts on your side, or?
Yeah, you can try and make a roll.
Okay.
With your member of the High Council.
So, just see if there have been any other words.
Or not.
Sad. 1.
And that's also an extraordinary, right? Yeah, no, that's superhuman. But only with a 1. So,
well, I've got contacts, but it's at basic.
Yeah. Mischief keeps their clients private for some weird reason.
Oh, what? Come on.
Crazy.
So
Madness.
you would have to either ask them or get the information from Mischief itself.
There's a way to do that.
Or ask somebody to do it for you. So you probably... you could still contact Cosplay. They might know something about it.
So I'll call them back while since we probably have contacts. Radio, at least radio or.
We haven't contacted them at all yet. So, but you could. Yeah.
Does Mischief have a reputation for being violent?
Yes.
Well,
they've killed a
armor and
lot
guns.
of people. They don't always kill people. It's just they do whatever. They just do what it takes to do the job. They don't care.
Makes me think of the Steel Rhinos. Those guys just charge right in, shooting everything in sight.
Are they actually rhinos?
No, they just had a lot of armor on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And suits. Always in suits. You got to stay classy.
So, well, if by some chance they manage to get this thing active,
I would think that would be great.
that's like what would be a good defense against
and
that down here?
Down here, you don't know. You can actually with your role, you do realize that Mischief is not just trying to reactivate it here because what's the point? They're going to bring it to the surface.
So I'm just taking about the possibility of that if we somehow manage to overwhelm them in a fight, which will probably be difficult given the reputation, but if they do, they might resort to extreme measures, which might end up trying to pilot that thing.
They're probably going to pilot it one way or another. We should probably get to them before they do know how to pilot it.
So I'm just thinking of a backup one, and yes, I want to get to the showroom. Damn it.
And assuming it's not functional at this point.
Well, this photo he said he took last week, he doesn't know. It looks like it was a time-consuming job. Let's see.
If it were functional, what would be our...
Foot High, you can give me one more science check. Sure. Looking at the photo.
Because I'm thinking that if it were functional, we would have to find, I don't know,
6.
You actually do recognize something that they have on the shore. It looks like they have a Ludian computer with them that's shaped like a box.
That is totally Ludian tech right there.
Yes, it looks like some sort of, essentially a data server of some sort.
Dibs.
Are we just going to steal it from perfectly legit? Oh yeah, we're stealing it from them. Sure, we're fine.
I was going to say I'm returning it to the Ludians, so it was theirs to begin with.
That is nice of you. I like the Ludians are great.
For a fee.
Well, as long as they're tax-paying
I'm
citizens.
going to pack it up in the special transport crate that I have.
Well, it's quite a ways. Well, yeah, you
Once we
have.
get
Yeah,
there.
the mischief has it. Like they, you have to get it from them. Which, that is kind of the problem.
Eventually.
So Marv is giving you more information. He's giving you their approximate location. He gives you updates your map with more waypoints, with more like dangers of the Great Barrier, so you can get up them more easily. So you could either. And Rocket Punch Island isn't too far away from where you are, so if you want to talk to Cosplay, you could. Or you could go straight to Mischief. You could attempt to contact Mischief.
Maybe some backup.
You do know that the Ludian computer is somewhat delicate, so maybe if there's a big fight...
So it would need someone that knows how to properly handle it to get it safely out of the...
Well, if there's a big fight, it might get damaged. So if you
don't want
just
that.
try and like run up and punch bad guy, that might not work. You might just lose the computer, which is fine. Yeah.
Can we
I don't
get,
care about the computer.
okay, can we get some cloakers on this shit?
Well, you guys, there's 6 of you. If you can't cloak, that's your problem. Actually, you technically have a cloaker. You do have the stealth armor.
Can you jump kick?
I can.
Yeah.
Yay.
So, what is your plan? You could try to talk to Mischief. You could try to talk to Cosplay. You still haven't figured out who Marv is.
The only problem with talking with Mischief is, honestly, they've not been really good. As far as my understanding, they're not really good in negotiations. That
Well, I
aren't
don't think
They're
necessarily good.
professionals. What you do know that they're professionals, and they have no particular loyalty to any client. They just want a payday.
There's
Subtle.
Yeah, subtle. So if you make them an offer, a reasonable offer, they might, or offer to negotiate, they might take you out because this is a one-time client. They obviously aren't going to be too worried about like doing work with this client again.
They might, like if the D&D is too great, they might
If
listen
the
to
price
you
is
given
good enough,
your-
they might sell out to the client.
They might given your station, they might be more
Right.
We
But so we need to set it up.
Well,
so
the
that we
underground
have
isn't
leverage.
like super like keen on mischief. They've only been preying on human institutions, so like they're like, but they're still bank robbers and hitmen essentially.
Right.
See?
But
Yeah.
still, it
More
would be
to-
better if they were in our employ than
Well,
someone else's employ.
That's what some people in the underground certainly believe. Some people in the underground like we're better than those humans.
Or
you know?
better yet, you can take those goddamn masks away.
There's actually you know a little bit about those masks. You can give me a sorcery check.
A sorcery check.
Yeah, self-taught sorcerers.
All right. +2.
Yep.
Okay.
It's about 3. Yeah, a 3 super. You know what those are.
I know what those are.
Those are the masks of chaos. Some of the masks of chaos. There are essentially each in ancient times, thousands of years ago, a secret society of human mystics and warriors got really tired of all those magical beings running around, causing havoc. Calling themselves gods, starting wars between human societies, all that fun stuff. So they started going around and imprisoning immortal magical beings in masks, and then using those masks to further their own ends. So each one of those masks has a magical being within it, trapped forever until the mask is shattered. So there's a lot of people in the underground who really hate those masks because they view that as a form of slavery, imprisonment, kind of not cool. So because if you're a dragon or you're a unicorn or something, then that mask has my brother or something like that.
So it would be ideal to break masks.
Yes. So working with mischief. There are people in the underground who understand that, but there are other people in the underground who would consider it really morally reprehensible to work with mischief. So you might keep that on the down low. So you can do whatever you want. It's complicated in the underground.
Well, I think we've encountered one
Layers
of
of
these
masks.
before.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the mask that had the river god in it that we used to help cure the little girl?
Yeah.
Okay, so We do know how to break the masks, but the tricky bit is that we have to find them individually.
Okay, since we're sharing all
Well,
this.
there's 4. Well, it looks like there's at least 3 or 4 of these mischief guys. So it's going to be a very sizable and dangerous group to fight.
I have an odd question about these masks then. What mind is moving the body? Is a human will using the mask for additional power, or is the mask's deific will moving the body?
You know that the masks were designed for humans to exploit magical beings. So in theory, it should be the human, but sometimes
Humans are
There are some
weak-willed humans who use
strong
masks
enough
get
that they
overwhelmed by
could.
masks.
Right.
Yes, it might be.
So if I
Dr.
were to
Fate
try to,
situation.
I don't know, do something untoward to one of these people wearing the mask to maybe get the mask off them in a less than lethal way, am I up against an ancient deity or am I up against a human being? Or a little bit of both?
It would probably depend on if you were threatening the mask or just the body.
See, I wouldn't be threatening the mask at all. Not me, of course.
The mask might not see it.
Yeah, that's a valid thing to try out, but I mean, there would be risks out.
It's a thought. Like I said, it's a thought.
It's a
I'm
thought.
So, is Marv the type, like, looking around and seeing his operation, that might be interested in helping us, like, be our backup? For the right price, of course.
Well, you've been around him long enough. You can tell that this is an old guy who has been around for a while. And this is more of like he views as a retirement. He has chosen this you realize he's seen better days, but he obviously has some kind of defenses to, combat power in order to hold out here. I mean, he does have a lot of robots working for him. So you
And
can
that's
give
probably
me
part of the reason why he's hollowed out just this one
let's
back.
see here. Enchanting Companion, you can roll that. You can roll. You've asked that.
To motivate and inspire him to
We'll figure out what his deal is.
So at a +4, that's a 7.
All right, with the 7, you realize this is a guy, judging also from his speech, that was active pre-Ragnarok. This is somebody who was a player back in the day, and this is because he wants to lay low. He doesn't want to be noticed.
Is there any remote chance I'd actually recognize him, or?
He's wearing a gas mask.
Okay, so based off of the items around the room, because your room expresses who you are if you've lived there long enough.
He has a lot of stuff related to mecha and kaiju.
I can take my time, do a roll for it if you want me to.
You give me a base empathy check.
Okay.
Used to date one of the tiny women.
That would be a total base empathy, so I don't add my bonus, or
No.
Okay.
So, well, you just add your skill. Yeah.
Okay, skill. So 3,
German chocolate.
4 total.
All right. This is somebody who was involved in the. He was personally involved with Hyperforce Alpha.
But he's obviously not the right age.
Well, as a pilot, no.
So.
And you're not sure what his relationship is. Obviously, very conflicted. At least partially antagonistic.
I'm going to count.
Investigation. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know if this really fits the tenor of it, but do I remember anything from their rogues gallery? From who was their mechanic? Mm-hmm. 4.
And you have investigation.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, no. You've been around and you've lowered his guard because you helped him out.
Right. And I've read some microfiche.
Yeah. You actually remember one of the villains was a mad scientist who built kaiju. He was. You're not sure what his origin was. Or he was was he a scientist or was he a businessman? Anyways, he sponsored a lot of kaiju to go try and take over California or to privatize land. His villain name was Zorlo. And he was, he was their villain. Like he was the one who sent out kaiju for the Hyperforce Alpha to wail on. And so you don't remember the details, but this guy fits the general description, like his height, his tenor of his voice.
I'm going to look meaningfully at the 9-year-old child.
Do I need to? Is that consent for me to get a thought from you?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
This is the guy who made the Go Beasts, or rather, he paid Farah, the Slackscale, to do it for him.
Do I need to roll for getting that thought? Or?
No, you can see
okay, just
that.
look. So what was the guy's name again?
Zolo?
Zorlo. Zorlo.
Would you like to share that with the group?
It will cost you a fate point to say, since you're a former hero, and you're like the old ways, to break your word. You said you wouldn't.
Yeah.
No, he said he wouldn't go inside that guy's head.
Yeah, I did promise I won't invade anybody's
Zorlo's
head.
head, yeah.
I'm not going to go inside his head.
No,
I'm not going to invade his head. I'm actually going to.
Let's just tacknet that information.
Okay, so you want me to? Do I need to roll for that then, or
No,
just
you can. You all know now.
Okay, just
that he thinks that Crate thinks that this guy was a former villain.
If he is motivated by keeping a low profile, and we now know who he is, would a gentle hint in the direction of if you would like to continue keeping a low profile, and we know where you are.
I was gonna. I have a better way.
Threat, right?
No. I can. No, listen. I can pull, not push. I know a way. Let me talk to him.
Okay.
So, Marv.
Yes.
If that is your real name.
Are you a villain?
We're
Now tell me if you're a villain.
Out of character.
Yeah.
You see, I'm just looking around here, and I understand a lot of things that maybe I don't look like I would. All right. Mm-hmm. I've been a lot of places. I've known a lot of people. I lived a life. All right. When you watch a lot of the people you used to value, for one reason or other, go away, you even start to miss the people you didn't like. Mm-hmm. I totally get it. I do.
Uh-huh.
And we're here, and we can help each other a lot.
Can you can help me?
I don't know what exactly you want, and if you were a little more open about it, we'd be glad to just help you out.
What I want is to be left alone.
Then
Are
we
you
could
sure?
ensure that you continue to be left.
Because you're
there.
kind of staying here, but I'm feeling a cry for help.
All right, you can roll presence. Okay. No psychic, anything.
It's just a straight. I'm like,
All right.
yeah. It's a shot, right?
No,
I want to get him to open up here, but that's a total of 4. I'm not trying to draw you out. I want to help because trust me, I've been through that ringer.
Well, I did have this idea to open up I guess, I don't know if you call it a school or something like that, but I know some things I'd like to pass it on to the next generation of I mean, these things, they were something to see back in the day.
You know,
something to...
I hear you.
Yeah.
And I know the ideal were pieces of crap, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But the thing is, with all these new kids running around calling themselves base raiders or whatever the hell... And
that's just a fad. That's going to fade.
But they're getting all these powers and all these technology.
Yeah.
That's going to go. What do they call it now? Viral or something?
Yeah.
They need guidance from us old men.
What's talking about? I'm just gonna go. What is that? VD? What?
Yeah.
They need guidance.
Old man. Oh, sorry.
Look,
Drop.
I want to look. I need to level the ground out here. I need to build some buildings. I need some infrastructure. I need towers.
Do you want to build it here or?
Oh yeah, no, I can't go to the surface.
Okay, no,
Surface
I'm not
is
pushing you,
dead to
man. We're not pushing you.
Yeah.
So, but I can see how maybe those otaku kids, they probably need guidance from somebody who knows what they're talking about,
Yeah.
who lived that. I mean, again, I see all these kids run around in their kind of fruity tights and all that. If that's the way they are. I mean, it's fine. I totally accept it. But I mean, you're seeing these kids doing kind of the same thing with your turf. It's you, man. It's you.
All right.
And we want to help you with that. I believe it.
So you got 4. You can give me a roll. Other enchant. Yeah. One thing you realize, he mentioned the school. One thing you also realize, if this guy is a former villain who was around during Ragnarok, all the villains supposed to disappear during battle. How did this guy live? His secrets would be worth a lot to the underground. Mm-hmm. Also, there's still a lot of people that have real grudges against this guy. This guy disappeared after Hyperforce Alpha destroyed his last command center. He went into hiding and was never found or caught or punished or put into prison or killed or anything publicly, anything like that. There's still families.
His father-in-law came in the next season and oh wait, what?
A lot of those kaiju stepped on some houses. There's some
had insurance for that.
A few orphanages.
There's a few orphanages worth of people that really want this guy dead.
The juice bar got knocked over.
The juice, so many times. That community.
They kept rebuilding it over and over.
So
again.
this guy is worth quite a bit of bounty just to bring in.
And how many times did those teenagers throw the kaiju into the school?
You realize if he wants to bring his school, he wants you to. The underground can certainly facilitate bringing in young, otaku and nerds over here, building up the place, and then letting him teach them mecha engineering or what have you. And
which could be mutually beneficial.
Which could be very mutually beneficial, especially if he allowed non-humans to learn a trade,
He's working off his debt to society.
Yeah, he's working off his debt to society. So you could invest in him, or you could sell him out for a quick buck. So with your role, you could choose either one, and he would accept either. Well, obviously you would have a choice.
You would expect him
Yeah. Well, he could just convince him to give up and like.
Although, can I make also an empathy roll to make sure that he's just not trying to train a new generation of?
Well, that would require some oversight.
Well, yeah.
Someone would have to say. Some people would.
He's a good guy. He's been through it.
Yeah.
I think if he wants to change his ways, then
we can check in on him.
Yeah. Well, that's. You don't know that much about him. You'd have to brain.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I gave my word. When I say,
can I give you a fate point for that?
No.
All right, take a fate point.
Awesome.
So I will suggest to him that we
just put a
come to a
behavioral
mutually
block on him.
beneficial agreement that he will help us out
Without
with
his
mischief,
consent?
and I will pave the way for him.
Unless
to
he
build
was
his
a
dream
real
school.
bad guy.
Okay. Wow. Are you? I thought you were okay. You know those cosplay. Well, I didn't want to mention it because I felt it was rude, but I kind of decrypted some of those radio transmissions cosplay. The pilot is not as good with her tech as she thinks he is. They're talking to each other. They're building a big antenna to find that computer there. And they didn't pay me, so I didn't tell them where it was. Let them find it on their own dime. Who are that computer going to? Because they're taking it to. But it was it. He pulls up the Ludium Saga fandom. Have you heard of this?
Have I?
Yeah. Anybody with networking?
I'm not good at networking.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be 6.
So, cultural appropriation is a thing, even in the world of base raiders.
I'm a looting on the inside.
Shortly after Ragnarok, a Ludium computer turned up on the black market. Some nerd bought it and uploaded some of its contents to the internet. And had this. They couldn't understand the language, but they understood the pretty pictures. And the pretty pictures looked kind of like anime. And so they formed a fandom based on their interpretation of these pictures. And they are very serious about it. They're very devoted. Some would say obsessed. And there's thousands of these people around the world. And
Consult the Helix fossil.
Yes. And so they apparently love this this fandom. They keep getting new images and stories, and of course they have fan art and stuff like that. So they apparently are paying cosplay to retrieve. Mischief stole it from the fandom, and cosplay's been hired to get it back for the fandom, not the Ludians. They obviously, if they can afford cosplay, the fandom can pay more than the Ludians. The Ludians are basically offering you a pittance. You know, they're playing on your delusion, your obsession with crates, to get your help at all. Yeah. So they're not paying. They can't pay any of you what you're worth. And it's a Ludian data computer, the data server. It's a very valuable artifact on its outright. And actually, by now, you think you realize why Mischief would want the Ludian computer. Ludian technology is really advanced and could probably be used to plug in and turn the Exhibit 370 on. So they're probably using it because it's the most convenient way for them to get the mecha work up and running.
That sounds bad.
Well, you don't know why Mischief is doing it.
Well, I think if we want to screw him, we could get that computer away from him.
You could. The fandom would pay pretty well. You could steal the contract from cosplay, or you could join up with them to get their help as well. You wouldn't get as much money, but you get something.
Or we could
do the right thing.
To the Ludians, cultural appropriation is bad.
Yeah, but you would get nothing. So I would give everybody a fate point if you have something that is about doing the right thing.
Well, actually, since
I'm a base raider, so no.
Well, there's that.
I'm trying to build up my.
We might actually be able to kind of have our cake and eat it too in a way, because with your Ludian partners, since obviously the 2chan group that is worshipping this computer.
No, this is Tumblr.
Tumblr, okay. So
they go.
It's so Tumblr.
Okay. The Tumblr group that is worshipping this thing. The Ludians are probably wanting it back just for their own data extraction and like necessities. They could still transmit. We could basically offer them a contract where they can still take a hold, transmit that out, and then they still get their information.
Well, now that you have this information, you could contact the Ludians through the internet and ask them more about it.
Yeah, basically give them a direct line. And
especially with Beatrice. Beatrice could be like, we heard you're doing this. What's up with that?
So we can then team up with Cosplay to make sure that we have backup when we go against Mischief, and everybody wins.
Well,
So, except for mischief, screw them. So
Yeah. No, the guys with the guns. Yeah, we'll piss them off. It'll be fine.
we
No.
we accepted that as fact.
I've heard those guys have gotten arrested like 12 times and they always get it released.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Marv must have guns. We'll have guns.
Well, yeah, you'll be heavily armed. It's just again a firefight will probably result in the server being destroyed.
There was a fire.
Which helps no one.
Yeah, which helps no one.
Listen, we don't always need a firefight to win.
Were you?
So you can contact the Ludians if you want to find out more about the
we always
server.
did it.
That would be good.
All right.
so wait, send a message.
All right. So you can just radio them since
Beep,
you're
beep, beep.
Marv/Zarlo has a working connection to VectorX, which has a connection to the
What's your
server.
20, good buddy?
So when they hear that Beatrice wants to talk to them, the Ludian gets on and say, "Hello, counselor. We are very honored that you would help us retrieve our sacred text. We will honor the underground. We cannot thank you enough for this."
Well, you are more than welcome, but may I ask some questions about the
of
artifact
course.
we're retrieving?
Yes.
What does it contain?
It is our only complete text, our most complete text of the source, which is a inelegant term in your language, but to us it is our faith, it is our ancient culture, it is our traditions.
Okay. And what does it mean to you to have it retrieved? Do you need the artifact itself or the information that it contains only?
The information can only be stored on a Lutian computer. Your computers do not properly process the data. The frameworks are too different, and our senses are not entirely compatible. You do not. Your color palette, your color spectrum is so limited. You do not see the color between green and red, which we call smorch.
Smorch must be important.
It is. Yes, we
You've
cannot.
been sitting on that joke a while, haven't you?
Maybe.
They keep changing those dang crayon boxes every
So
year.
we cannot store it. It cannot be. This is the only server we have found. There might not be another one on Earth, as far as we know. It is our only link to our past. And if we were to copy it, would lose vast amounts of information. It would be imperfect.
Degradation.
I mean, you've seen what happens when it is connected to those human computers. They obsess over trivia, minutia, sacrilege.
Yes.
Humans.
That's not about degraded data.
Yeah.
It's about being human.
It's about degraded society.
They take a side story from one of the most minor texts, the only one about humans, and they make it into the most important thing. They ignore all the true canon.
Is this on speakerphone, by the way?
Yeah, of course.
I understand that completely. It's happened in our society as well. It's just kids these days. Kids.
So
Yeah.
well, but that's the other thing of this is that if this will also benefit you as well, because this will still you can ingrain into them the more important parts of their text, let them know about what they're missing out on, and expand.
You can only underappreciate it if you're Ludian. It is our text and ours alone. It cannot be given or shared with humans on this. It is, he argues, a younger Ludian voice comes in. Look, we'll take whatever we can get. Please, we just need it back. If we have to share it with the humans, fine, so be it. But please.
Okay.
That's the thing. You realize that's not the ideal thing.
Right.
Yeah.
They've hired cosplay to help them get it back, yes.
The fandom did.
The fandom only.
Yeah.
The Ludians only hired Crate because they had a lot of crates. They were like, here, we'll give you all of these crates.
You're like, oh my god.
They basically can pay nothing. They're
All
very
the
poor.
crates you can
Right.
Body of a
swallow.
child, mind of a
Being
child.
an alien crab insect person on Earth is very hard, and your career opportunities are very limited.
Quite limited, yeah.
Yeah.
McDonald's, of course.
Not even
Probably
McDonald's.
I wondered where they get the McRib.
Oh. The Ludians are sad now.
We will do our
now?
best to return
Yeah.
the artifact to you.
Sadder, yes. They don't ideally. The thing is that they want the most, but they can demand the least because they're the poorest, and so you can do whatever you want. They want it for themselves and nothing
Right.
else, but you can make them compromise however you want because you have more total, leverage over them.
Or they're the poorest too. So
Yeah, and they're the poorest, so you can exploit them all you want.
But you know, guys,
What?
make sure that the funds are going back to them.
What funds?
Set up a Patreon for the Ludians.
Well, that would be a goal. You would have to devote your own time and resources to do
But maybe
that.
it'd just be the right thing.
So if you want to become a fundraiser for the Ludian movement.
Maybe let's get one bird in the hand before we
Oh,
start
yeah.
counting the ones in the bush.
All right, yeah, there is that. They do say, look, if you tell, are you going to tell them anything about what's happening?
No.
Okay.
Knowledge is...
Can you tell us anything? Yeah, they specifically asked. Can you tell us anything about what happened to it? Who's using it? They're clearly not wanting to destroy it. They're wanting to exploit it.
While I agree with you, it is currently in the possession of someone that we are planning to retrieve it from. That is all you need to know.
Okay, that's a choice. So,
Mediocre.
all right. Is there anything else you want to know? They're quite desperate.
Is there any other assistance that you could give us at this time?
Information we are most people ignore us now, as we're just the helpless the crab scavengers in the tunnels. No one pays us any mind.
Is there anything about the computer that we could know to help us move it or incapacitate it?
Well, as long as it's not the structure is intact. The materials are somewhat sturdy. Obviously, it cannot withstand a plasma burst or anything. Don't plug it into any alien technology that might wipe the data. So, which would, of course, be a tremendous loss to us.
Just by chance, would you happen to know anything about ways to neutralize deific level powers that have been trapped in physical artifacts?
You mean magically?
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, we've heard some would say, of course, just enough physical force, especially magical force against it,
Right.
like a weapon.
As previously discussed, there are reasons that wouldn't work out super well.
We will attempt to research that if that will help you.
It would.
Is there any particular type of artifact?
Masks.
Masks? What kind of masks?
Human masks.
Are you saying the Mask of Chaos?
So, yeah,
Sure.
the
Okay.
Masks of Chaos.
The Mask of Chaos. We've heard of these. Everyone's heard of them. Those
So-
criminals and mischief are using them. Have you heard that?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
Oh no, we
Yeah,
hadn't.
no, that's so interesting.
Yeah, we've actually infiltrated the network and have been watching them for some time. They're
Really? I would love to know more of this.
yes, sometimes they don't take all the loot with them because the police chase them, and then the police don't notice the crabmen in the sewers.
Could you wire that
I am kind of a
information
junior
to us?
detective in my own right. Would you be able to give us access to that network?
We have one login. It took 3 Ludian lives to get it, but if it's to help you, it's worth it.
It may save even more looting lives in the end. So.
Oh God, we're in danger too. I thought it was just the sacred text.
Not helping
So
out.
no, it's everybody who's in danger from them.
Oh no, of course.
So
Here.
give it, thank you. And I'm not lying on that one. So.
Oh, you don't know.
Have you seen their body count? We're not lying.
Yeah, well, if you don't get in their way, there's no threat.
Ross,
If they're
let's go.
activating a giant murder machine,
using their own computer.
Which I doubt they're using to help plant coffee or crops.
You don't know.
Bullshit.
Oh, you don't know.
But we assume.
No, we don't know, but we're pretty sure that
It's-
this educated guess is a good one.
All right.
Fine, that's a 7 on the guile if you really want me to lie to them.
Oh yeah, but no, they believe you. They
Thank
gave
you.
you. They gave you the login information.
All right.
so we got a crime net login.
You have a crime. You have a mischief net.
All right.
That is useful.
So yeah,
Like,
you can.
guys, I've been following this thing for like an hours, and they've said it's like get the drill on the door like 18 times.
Well, you don't have. You haven't hacked their communications yet. You have.
I'm just guessing that's what they're saying.
Oh yeah, clearly. There's a lot of drilling.
But we can look up we can look up possibly the buyer information now on.
You could try and look it up.
All right.
We spoof a job.
So who is going to be hacksoring the mischief net?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a roll.
Science. I love science.
Computer science.
I do have. Computers are part of it.
You're a comic book super scientist, so you can do basically anything vaguely related to science or technology.
Ladies and gentlemen, Reed
Fuck.
Richards.
Maybe spend a fate point.
Yeah, gonna have to.
Okay.
That's
Augmented
it.
mind.
I'm using I'm using. I'll show them.
Yeah.
I'm doing this.
It is
All
your
right.
fate to science the hell out of them.
Better. 3.
3. You can get one. You if you're looking up the person who hit, you find out 2 things: that 4 of their senior operatives, agents, professionals for mischief, are out on a job. Snake, Bull, Dog, and Hawk.
Honk?
Hawk.
Okay.
These are actually payday crew from the fan payday crew that's based in New York. There's fan art of it. So there's some guy doing it. Except for Hawk, he only had 3 people. Anyways, they're out on a bid, and their client is Nakamura.
Do I recognize that name?
Yeah, you can give me. Who's the one who figured out about Exhibit 370?
Me.
Yeah, you actually recognize the name. The Foundation of Environmentalists who were protesting the Amazon forest being deforested was founded by a son of a very wealthy Japanese business executive of the Nakamura family. So it looks like Nakamura is trying to get Exhibit 370.
Oh, that can't be good.
You don't know. So
Can we contact him at all?
you could.
But who would do the talking there? I mean, I can connect, but
Yeah. That's an interesting conversation. Like, what's the icebreaker? So I heard you're buying a mecha from the graveyard of robots.
What's that about?
What's that about?
what's up with that?
What's up with that?
You know, I think Beatrice would be really good at that particular
She would.
conversation.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to have that
So-
conversation.
So we can both go in there and back each other up on the.
Well, this is definitely a phone call.
Yeah.
You're going to have to Skype.
I'm not
Remember,
doing phone
you're in
calls.
the mantle of the earth.
Yes. So,
All right.
In Tokyo.
Mantle of the Earth
Set it
Sky.
up.
so do you want to tag team on this one, or
Sure.
so I can lie my ass off. So
Oh,
Okay.
so you've got a higher tier, right?
yeah, I'm ascended in.
Okay,
in
so
line.
yeah,
I'm ascended
I'm gonna
in
hang
line,
on
so
this one then.
Okay.
that's part of the armor.
So I spent
do
30
either of you-
minutes
I'm in.
of polite banter
All right.
before.
Share line
we
up.
started.
What's
Have you seen?
What's the stakes?
Oh, great.
Do either of you speak Japanese? Have languages?
I don't know. Do I have language?
Hang on.
Oh, can I?
Translation matrix. Translation matrix.
Oh, okay.
Well, if it's through him, it's going to be through Violet Vision's social skills, which I don't think you're. Or you could spend a spell slot to cast.
Can I spend a fate
Translation
point?
matrix.
Oh yeah, you can spend a fate point.
Because it's not to directly off that, but
Yeah.
if there's anybody who speaks Japanese at all or can have access to Japanese,
Yeah.
I can connect a nuanced psychic connection.
All right.
I'll spend a fate point to do it.
All right,
Because-
you can do that. All right. Through the Violet Vision, both of you can now speak Japanese.
Our brains
All
meld
right.
as one.
Arigato.
Nanji desu ka?
Baka Gaijin. All right. So,
That was just a
Sushi. I don't know. I don't know.
Tacos. What?
okay.
This has gone bad.
Yeah, Baka.
Yep.
Definitely Baka. There's an elderly man. Hello? Nakamura.
Hello.
Yes.
So I was serious about the 30 minutes
So
of
are we
polite
just-
chat about nothing.
Are we? Like,
Okay.
Are
Yeah.
they seeing each other through a screen?
All right, if you're tag teaming, then you need to give reason to have him talk for 30 minutes of idle chit chat.
Well, I do formal introductions,
Okay.
which take a very long time.
Okay.
And then I ask after about 20 members of his family.
Okay.
And then I will...
Who are you posing as?
I'm myself. I don't need to pose
You're
as
not
anyone.
a legal citizen of anything, remember? You're.
Are
you
we-
could lie.
Are we using video on this, or?
Do you want to use video?
Can we use sketchy video?
I can use the armor. I can actually use the armor to disguise myself as. Oh, we need to look for a listing of business associates.
Hi,
Let me
I'm Bill.
disguise
I'm
myself
Bill
as that.
Gates.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do that.
Okay.
Oh, wow. The lies just go deeper.
So that's going to be at a 3. So
Is that ascendant tier?
that's ascendant tier.
All right, who's his associate?
Associate.
Shinji Ikari.
No.
Shinji Kojima. All right,
no,
Shinji
no,
Kojima. It's Shinji
that's like-
Kojima.
God damn it.
Yes.
Keep it
So, video game executive. Nakamura has very large mini holdings. So.
Yeah. So that's like Mr. Nakamura.
Oh yes, Shinji. So good to hear from you.
So yeah. So no, I just wanted to call up. I did have a little bit of business to discuss, but beforehand, I wanted to make sure.
Well, you can introduce him to your
associates, but I had an associate who came to the studio specifically to look over the development of the.
Project X.
Yeah, of it's like Solid Weasel.
All right, Solid. Yes.
So
then they introduce you to you. So now you can make Enchanting Companion. Damn.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's
Stone
6.
Weasel.
6. All right. So he is quite charmed. As your resident,
there's several
very
versions of it because there's Solid Weasel, there's Stone Weasel, there's Boss Weasel.
Sleepy Weasel.
So many weasels.
Weasels all the way down.
So you've gotten his guard down. So you can now lead into it if you want to. You could then just reveal the truth, or you could continue, or you could go back with the lies. So how are you going to get him to reveal?
So I am going to suggest to him that we have been given information that one of his interests is being compromised.
Okay.
And basically poses we want to help you out because there's a threat to one of your operations.
Well, and given
All right,
saying that there's some vicious rumor that's connecting you to this event almost 30 years ago.
Right.
That we don't. That's like this.
But surely
obviously
there's some explanation as to why your name has been connected with this activity.
Yes. Yeah. So this. All right. Lie my ass off.
Mm-hmm. Well, what keyword are you mentioning? Are you mentioning the massacre, the death of his son? The death of his son, or are you mentioning? Oh, hey, you're stealing a robot.
Exhibit whatchamacallit.
Exhibit 370.
Yeah, so that will be the.
All right, so that's the keyword you're bringing up. All right.
Nice.
Okay, good. That's going to be a 6.
Nice.
6.
Nice.
All right. His face turns ashen. I cannot. Exhibit 370, as you know, disappeared shortly before the prosecutors at Geneva were able to prove to the world that the United States government, in conjunction with several corporations, financed Exhibit 370 because they were opposing logging and other resource extraction interests in the region. That the CIA and several private entities were responsible for this. It was covered up. It was disappeared. It must have been on the ideal must have helped them in order to do this.
So your interests lie in justice and vindication?
Of course. They need to pay for what they've done. They killed thousands and walked away from it. No one was ever punished. And can I trust you? That's a deception.
Have I ever led you wrong? You are a trusted member of my my extended family.
Bury lies.
Oh wow.
I will always protect your interests.
All right.
Our Zaibatsu are connected.
If anyone found out I was behind this, my entire family's fortune would be destroyed. I have committed so many crimes. I have hired the services of a group of murderers and thieves. They have found the Exhibit 370, and they will bring it to the surface with proof that it will bring the Americans and their allies to justice. It will change the world, but. And of course, my involvement will be secret, but they're ruthless. They're murderers, but they will not get their money unless they succeed, and so they will do it. And I pity anyone who gets in their way. They don't care about justice; they only care about their paycheck.
I believe you, but I regret to inform you that the rumors that we have heard are that they are intent on betraying you and taking it for their own.
That's a lie, and you're rolling that. So, Enchanting Companion does not have deception. That is not civilized behavior.
Sure it is.
No.
It's greater good, Ross.
It's,
greater good.
That's gonna,
It's okay, you have a whole pass.
Member of the head council. Politics, I'm totally used to lying.
You don't have deception on it. You mostly have subordinates lie for you.
You should say that. I whispered in his ear.
Okay.
Wait, no, we're mindful.
Okay, you can whisper it. You didn't know.
Okay, how's this? To give her a save, if instead of taking a fate,
Right,
if I take a
mind
temporary consequence,
I'm trapped in a 9-year-old body.
Okay.
It's not meant to take this kind of strain to give her that much of a quick save.
Okay.
So we can call it a minor. It would be a.
No, just it'll cost you a fate point.
Okay, I was going to.
Consequences won't matter at this. This is
okay. So never mind. I'm not going to try that. Then.
I will say no. You didn't know the mechanics. You can't roll.
So you want me to feed it back to me? So I can
yeah. She can tell you that.
9 more.
This is a fail. And I have no fate points.
CYA.
Nice.
You can't.
Pick it up. It's by your foot.
I can't see it. All right.
Nice roll there.
Well, that might be okay. That's just the negative, so that's still a 4 at the ascendant tier.
Okay. A 4 is good enough. He looks in horror. What have I done? What have I done? Oh God! Everything is over. My family. There's only one thing left for me to do.
We're losing him. Bring him back.
No.
I thank you for this. I will. At least my family will have honor.
Wait.
Well,
I believe you can assist us before you do anything
now
rash.
this will require now you can try convince them not to kill him.
Do it.
Right.
Do it. There's another
I am
honorable
an
way out.
There is a
Standing
way that
companion.
your honor can be saved.
Yes. Restore your honor and your family's honor.
You don't need
so
seppuku
much
for this.
honor.
All the honor.
So 5.
5. All right.
Yes.
So he holds on. He says, "What is your plan?"
Our plan is that we will be the ones to intervene and set this whole affair straight. And you can assist us.
How? Oh, you didn't get that far, did you? Well, you're all tacking at it in there.
Okay, so
3. Profit.
If you spend a fate point, you can pause time enough so you can.
Okay, I can
hide
speed up.
mind-
It's not pause. It's I speed up our minds and pull us into my inner move space.
Pause, speed up, whatever.
You're gonna owe me for that.
Well, we can always, fake
Mental
some
speed, too.
connection
All right.
to-
So, what is your game plan?
Okay, so
Is it
folks.
your memory palace?
Yes,
Is it
it is an
opulent
ancient.
and imperial?
It is an ancient stereotypical.
Opulent and imperial.
Yes,
Yeah. You,
Far East Asian.
Well,
Yeah.
do we think that
So
it
I'm
could
going
be
to
as
sit on the
simple
great
as he
big
calls
purple
off
cushion.
mischief? Like, would that work?
Okay, actually, you are linked in. So
they're going to want their money. If he just pays them
Okay.
and tells them to leave, they'll do it.
on the other hand, if he pays them and tells them to
But-
deliver it to us,
That's true. You can tell
Along
them
with the
that
computer?
there's a change.
oh wait, no, is the computer theirs or his or whose was it?
They have the computer.
They
It's
have
originally
the
theirs.
computer.
But they will show up with.
Actually, Footeye, you realize the reason they have the computer is probably because I think I mentioned this.
Yeah, they're going to use it to jumpstart it. So.
Right.
Yeah, they need a
So
time.
we can say, can we have them deliver the computer?
It's
to us?
probably because Exhibit 370 is damaged, so it's probably non-operational without the data server.
So we need to make sure it's delivered to us. We need to make sure that cosplay is informed that so they don't attack. And also, as a bonus, we may want to have him double their salary to make sure that they have proper incentive to get it to us without rethinking.
He can't double their salary.
Okay,
He's already paying them pretty
Well,
much
it's just,
everything.
a
He
different
pays.
sell point.
He's paying them as much money as he can hide.
listen. All he has to redirect
From
is
the
the drop-off point.
Yeah.
We
He
are the
drops
drop-off
us.
point,
That's easy.
and then they still get paid, and
We get the stuff.
there's a tiny hitch that may
So
occur.
if they were going to betray him, how
I
does
made
it
that up.
follow? Okay, but the legend doesn't make sense.
Well, I guess according to according to Mischief Net, they always fulfill their contracts.
Yeah.
So the question is, they might deliver
But
and then attack.
it doesn't make sense, but it was such a good lie, he believed it anyway.
Okay, here's the
He
reason
rolled what?
why
Plus
they
7
were,
and Ascendant?
8.
Yeah.
Here's the reason they were going to, or he's going to believe that they were going to betray him. They were going to use the bot once they got it to the surface. If he altered the deal,
all you had to do is convince the Japanese businessman, who's just a normal person. He doesn't have superhuman lie detecting abilities, and he told it at Ascendant tier. So he's like, "Believe whatever nonsense I tell you." Like he could have said
I
that.
am the moon.
I am the moon. Yeah.
So all we have to do is get them to redirect their delivery and hope that they're not going to try to attack us. But if we're in a fortress essentially with Marv helping us, because we're going to help him build that school for promising,
Flash
gifted young techies, right?
Right.
And this is the beginning of his legacy, his chance to make it right.
Also, when they do deliver
Well,
it,
you need to get it. Well, you need to tell Mischief now because before they hook it up.
Yeah, right.
And also, we can have one of Marv's robots come and bring it back to us, since they may know our faces through not CrimeNet.
They don't know me, but I'm not going there.
But they might smell a deception or trap after that. So
Not if their employer's telling them contract's still on just change of destination.
As long as they get paid, they don't care.
Right.
Yeah,
They'll get
let's
paid.
go with that.
okay.
Okay, so
So
that's
they-
what we tell them.
Okay.
Tell them that
But we keep
everything's the same except a change in drop point, and don't hook up the machine.
Okay.
And make sure you bring the Ludian computer.
and we keep something ready just in case.
But they needed the machine in order to move it. It is too large for them to move without
Okay.
it moving on its own.
Have they secured it?
I've been told that they are currently dredging it. They're pulling it up. They've gotten it to the surface, and they will soon activate it.
Tell them that there is a scientist on site nearby who will be able to move it without using that machine.
What should they do with this machine then? They should get rid of it so to conceal the effort of the crime, right?
We know how to dispose of it properly. Use that.
We'll take care of that.
The machine will be disposed of
Specifically-
properly.
but
We have a...
So deliver the machine with it.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, do not try to power up the robot, because powering it up will remove the evidence that it was used in the crime.
And it becomes worthless
What?
at that point.
It is no longer used.
No. That is not true. They will definitely have the evidence. They know that. I will just tell them to deliver it to your location with the machine to this location.
Okay.
He knows what will be incriminating and what's not.
Right.
And we can just give the robot over to Marv, and he can disassemble it at his leisure.
It can't be disassembled. It has to be intact.
Well, no, once we get it. So
Yeah.
Well,
That's what I say,
we're
we
not
could just-
telling him that.
no,
Yeah.
obviously, but I was talking about our plan. So, all right. So we inform him of our side of
Okay.
it.
Okay. Seems like a plan.
He does message you back shortly. They want a frequency that they can communicate with you directly, since you're apparently on site as well.
Communicate this to our foot-high science guy. That we need a secure.
Yeah, create a
frequency.
secure.
Encrypted
All
channel.
right, give me a roll.
Since those are
Come
taught
on,
through skulls, can't make
science.
proper frequencies.
Yeah,
Alright.
5.
All right. You get radio contact shortly afterwards. It's a gruff voice. Hello, whoever this is.
It's me.
So-
You can call me Snake.
Is it me?
Make sure that my voice is that I'm using armor to disguise my voice.
For all these years, I'd like to speak.
Hello, Snake. Thank you for taking the time out to to speak to us. We apologize about the inconvenience, but as you know, change. That's like in our line of work, changes can be fluid.
Yeah, changes can be fluid. Changes also usually mean there's a setup or someone's getting set up. So who's getting set up? Because if it's us, it's going to be bad. Because we can fight our way out of ambushes.
No.
Whatever you think you have, you don't have enough.
Yeah, I've looked up some of their history. Yeah, oh, they fucking can do that. Jesus.
Nobody.
So
thinks that.
if it's the client, and he's gonna pay us either way, that's fine. I don't just let me know. Who's getting set up here?
The client.
I guess
Tell
fine,
him it's
I'm
the
there.
client.
So, Mr. Nakamura unfortunately decided to trust the wrong people, and he's going to pay for that mistake. But as
Fair
again,
enough.
you are free and clear as usual, and will be receiving your funds as usual.
By Menon.
Oh my god! So that's going to be 6th the ascendant here.
Okay. He's like, all right. Look, we'll stay nearby until the money clears, and then we'll bugger off to our own extraction point. Obviously, don't follow us. We're big boys. We can get out of here all by ourselves. We don't need your help. But if you want us just to deliver it and the computer to someplace in the swamp, that's fine. That's on you.
So that's all.
Don't have guards posted up. Don't do anything that would make us think that you're trying to shoot us. Just in fact, if a couple of you could come out there in plain sight, unarmed, that would make us a lot more trusting of you.
So agreed. We have no issues with that. Meet us at this location on Rocket Punch Island.
Rocket Punch Island, that's where those amateurs are hanging out.
Oh, sorry, I was talking about not the other one. So
Monkey Punch Island.
Well, maybe this means somewhere near.
recording-
on Mars. So
Okay.
Somewhere near where they
don't.
I missed that.
Right, just somewhere near where they are.
Okay, well, you can either be near you, or, well, actually, it'd have to be near you because they can't move it. So we can just actually, if you want to come here, we could just leave everything, and once the money clears, we'll pull out. And then you can just come and do whatever you want with it. How's that?
Fair enough. I like it. I like this.
What is that? Is that
Empathy.
inside?
Empathy.
Okay, yeah.
I'll give it a shot too, actually, to be honest. I'm trying as well.
1.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
All right. So they say they'll pull out, and they'll just wait until the money clears, and then you can take it and do whatever you want.
Sounds good.
So you are all heading there, I guess, taking the boat. You get another radio transmission.
Do I still have the rocket pack?
No.
Seen only.
Yep, it fell apart. It ran out of fuel after you did a barrel roll. That last barrel roll. It was really awesome, man. That was really awesome. So
You will believe that a man can fly.
you get another unencrypted radio transmission. It's like it's a woman's voice. Hello, hey, are you those people on that hovercraft thing? You didn't steal that from the nerds, did you?
No, we're
paying rent.
We borrowed it.
Rent.
Wait, is that Beatrice?
Yes. Who is this?
This is Saber Antony from Cosplay. I'm a base raider.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. What are you guys doing? Are you messing with our job?
Your job? No.
Yeah.
What's your job?
We're trying to retrieve a Ludian artifact for some people for some collectors who want it.
Interesting.
Yeah. Is this something the Underground's gonna take precedent? Are you jumping this? Or are you taking this?
Trump card!
It's like mute button, in there. Do we want to talk to them about sharing this? Since we have...
Sharing? Well...
Sharing?
They're trying to sell it to people, and that seems like it's the
If we can
wrong
arrange
thing to
attainment
do.
for them,
Well,
just to...
Tell them we're willing to assist.
I'll say this: the Underground doesn't have enough money to pay for both Cosplay Off and Marv School of Mecha Design.
How strong is cosplay?
Not gonna. There's 3 members that you know.
Apparently, I know this person.
You met them before.
Okay.
She's an elemental saver. You know. They're a decent group. There's 3 of them though. There's 6 of you, so you could probably take them in a fight, but you know.
I'm not saying pick a fight. I'm asking, can we fend them off for now until threat A is clear,
Easily.
and then we'll deal with them with negotiations later. Whatever's necessary, because this is pretty much what you guys actually want to do with this looting computer.
I mean, I suppose we kind of have leverage.
Yep.
I mean,
Actually, we do. All we have to do is just point a foot-high science guy at the computer and just say back off, or we let him...
or I mean, the worst thing.
I'm gonna science
guys.
it.
I'm going to give you a little thought process here. It's not. I'm not proposing this. I'm actually against this, but it's a possibility if worst comes to worst. Okay, we have 2 forces that obviously want similar things. One of whom could cause a lot of damage and is very threatening with these masks and all that. The other of whom do seem to have decent abilities. If they were to, I don't know, fight each other, they could potentially destroy the looting artifact, but then we only have to deal with the weakened one afterwards. But I don't espouse this personally because I think we should be on the level at all times. That's just how it's always been done, and it's how it should be done.
Well, I think we can stall them, which is a better
you can
option.
easily-
That's what we should do. I think we should hold them off a little bit and figure out what the right thing to do is.
All right, just give me an enchanting companionship, and you can
Stall them.
tell them.
Nothing's happening here.
We're
About
fine
your
here.
business.
We're all fine here.
7.
How about you?
Yeah, no, they're
Boring conversation, anyways.
Yeah, you tell them to hold on. Oh, we're having some interference. Oh, yes.
The call is going through a tunnel.
Yeah. So
Did you guys call collect?
yeah, so you get to the site.
If you would like
You
to
do
continue
notice
the call, please insert a quarter into your device.
there's a lot of dead kaiju mites with a lot of big holes in their head. A lot of them have been shot up or exploded. Looks like they've been here for a few days now, and it's just there's a lot of dead things around. Just a lot of corpses.
Not good.
But there is a makeshift kind of crane setup over a pond or a pool body of water, and there is Exhibit 370. that has been hoisted up there, and it looks like they're about ready to plug in the computer, but they stopped, and you don't see anyone there, but there is something unusual on the computer, which is a large pack of satchel of C4 that has been connected with some sort of glue or something like that.
Their insurance plan, I take it?
Probably. A very sophisticated-looking detonator, and there's a radio that crackles live. Hello, my lovelies. We see you just fine. Don't bother looking for us. That's a bit rude. You sort of invited yourself into this party. So we're going to need you to do... There's been a slight complication. Seems Nakamura called someone, and turns out you weren't who you are supposed to be. Because the person he called, so he's having second thoughts about this and trying to make sure that he thinks you're CIA or something, trying to fuck him out of his proof.
Empty to see if he was lying, that they're lying or not.
I got a better plan.
Well, why don't you contact Nakamura, tell him to transfer that money, and we'll give you the code to defuse the C4.
Oh,
because it seems like that's what you really want, isn't it?
I'm so glad I did not take off this disguise.
Quick basic roll. I just want to do it. It's like this is going to be close my eyes, open my mind, and feel presences that I do not know. Just
that's a notice. That's not convince, insight, or miss.
Okay, so it's going to be
you have to see the person.
Okay, so this would be an alertness then.
Yes, alertness.
I'll go for it.
Just normal alertness.
Okay. No, it's a +1. So.
Yeah. You don't see any of them.
All right.
Are we able to contact him?
Nakamura? Yeah, you can still do that.
Okay.
I'm still, so Nakamura?
You CIA dogs! I will have justice for my son! You cannot lie to me forever! The truth will come out! It will have your heads!
Mr. Nakamura? That's like, Nakamura-sensei, you taught me everything that I needed to know, but this is...
I talked to the real Kojima! You're not the Kojima! You, sir, are no Kojima!
So... Do you really?
Your lies only makes sense in that he cannot talk with the person. You didn't take the real Kojima out, or you didn't have someone take it. So you're like, "Hey, Kojima, tell me about this mecha thing, this deal that you wanted." Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So
that. Oh, I'm trying to think of the lie that would be one.
That's the clone. That's the CIA double.
That's like. I did not want to tell you this earlier, but we have been doing other investigations, and he is the one who's...
No, he's not the real Kojima.
I'm the real Kojima.
I am the moon.
I am the moon.
Yeah.
I am Spartacus.
It's going to be a higher difficulty.
That's going to be 5.
Okay.
Check out any fate.
No. I don't know. I don't know. What is the other one? What is the imposter?
Why are you holding a gun to a screen?
He's holding a gun off camera.
Shit.
To whom?
You don't know.
Probably the real one. If I had to guess.
Can I do sorcery through the telephone?
It's 1 point less, but yeah, you could.
Okay.
So you have 2 points worth of thing you could do.
If you made the fake, the real Kojima, that we're going to say is the fake Kojima, disappear.
You could mind control him, I would say. You could just literally take control of him and make him transfer
Or you
the money.
could.
I can't do it over that range.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, wait, can I do it if I can see him, or just...
You have to have line of sight. She
Yeah.
could cast a spell that would basically allow you to do that, though.
Oh.
Teamwork!
Do you want to open
All
a
right, so I'm
distance portal?
casting a spell on him to transfer the money, despite his concerns.
Well, what you could do is open a thing that will let him mind control him.
Are we
Okay.
sure this is kosher?
Because he can do it really well.
Desperate times.
This is definitely cricket. If we do this, we save a lot.
We got to make it right
This
with
is
the
at a
map.
+1 instead of a +2.
Promise me.
Yeah, this
You will.
will cost you 2 points. One
Promise
for
me.
unusual to do it through the
Oh, I see
phone,
what you're saying.
and then one to open up the portal.
Promise me we're going to make this right after.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so
All right.
that's 3.
Yep, go for it.
Okay, I'm at +4 god level. +4 god level. I don't know if that counts for anything. Do I roll a d6?
I will tell you what the...
+3 god tier.
+3.
You could
Do you have any fate points
Do you have
left?
any fate
What?
points?
Fate points, yes, I got one.
All right, if you spend it.
Do I reroll or just?
No, you just spend it to get +2 to
Okay.
your roll because he actually maxed out his roll and
Okay.
you rolled pretty crappily.
Okay, so
he
pushes back because he somehow knows this trick.
Well, because this is his life's work.
Okay.
This is his obsession. Like,
And I feel bad about it.
Oh, yeah.
So I hesitate, and I will have to
Right.
force myself through this.
but he's my
I'm
son.
sorry.
He's crying. You feel just
I'm sorry, kid. It can't be helped.
yeah. So the old man, you get flashbacks of the memory of his son's funeral, of the
So I'm like
decades of
crying
grief.
like a little baby.
His
I'm crying about
crying
like I look my age for
Yeah.
a second, my physical age. Pull off the
and
mask.
He just puts the gun down, goes over to a phone and pushes a button, and then the radio says, "The code is 37548. Don't follow us."
No plans to.
Toodles.
Yeah. So you can push the
Click it.
5-digit number there. Ding.
Deactivates the
The glue
Is there a
evaporates.
cool it's like C4 deactivated, y'all.
No, it's not.
Such
But
loud
y'all
explosives.
really?
C4 deactivated, y'all.
So you have the Lydian computer,
Hey, y'all have a good day.
And,
You hear?
and you've broken a
and the
poor old man's mind.
And I'm going to be crying like a little kid,
you know-
going, "That ain't right. It's
I'll
not
give you a
fair."
fake point
We'll
for
fix
you
it
to
later.
just be freaking out for the rest of
I'm going to be crying and like just kind
Yeah,
of
get a face-
kind of shatter a little bit. So I'm not good for the rest of the scene, I guess. But
Yeah.
it's just not fair. It's not
Don't
fair.
worry.
You don't do this.
Actually, can I?
I'm going
Even
to
though this
take
is horrible, can I get?
handkerchief out of my European shoulder bag.
yes.
Can I get one back for I will protect my new homeworld just because this was breaking an old man, but this is to make sure a horrible death mecha does not go.
You don't know that. In fact, it was Death Mecha that was going to be used for a noble cause. So you don't get anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's that.
Actually, you can analyze how dangerous Exhibit 370 is right now.
I will. 4.
Actually, this was just going to get it up enough so it could walk under its own power. It's been underwater for decades, so it's basically not very dangerous at all.
So would it be best to let it sink back below?
If you don't want to put those criminals on war criminals on trial, crimes against humanity, people.
I would kind of like to prosecute the.
Well, you need to figure out a way to rig it up. Of course, Marv could probably do that.
Right.
Yeah, I think we should just
Just give it over to Marv.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We've got a project
that's the
for you.
job.
And we can
So at least
assign
that's our apology.
So
to him.
Marv can get it up to the surface eventually.
some of the
So
loot
now-
from it to help fund that school.
Right.
There's no loot for the
Oh, okay,
exhibit.
just revealing
it's,
that.
It's
Okay.
going to go
It's
to
just the
Geneva.
massive surge of goodwill.
It's going to be an exhibit
Maybe
in a
you're
crime
not a
against
horrible
humanity.
since
We'll
you
do that.
helped
In a
us
trial
convict
for crime.
all these other.
But this also could be
war
towards
Yeah.
a pardon.
The what?
Could be towards a pardon.
Yeah.
For Marv? No, he doesn't want his name associated
Okay,
with this all.
Didn't he?
Yeah, no, he's. I believe
People are going
I
to.
believe the
People
actual-
want to kill him.
I believe his actual words were "fuck the surface."
Okay, so just make sure.
But
Like hundreds of. There's a support group of people.
all
who
right,
want
but
to
let's
kill
get the
him.
let's get the Lydian computer back. So,
All right, so who gets a loading computer?
The Ludians.
well,
Okay.
but what do we do with cosplay though?
Yeah, cosplay. You just say screw you. They're not going to fight you. You outnumber them 2-1, and you're the leader of the underground. That would be burning the bridges. You would
And
just.
not only that, but
And I'd rather not
pretty
to.
Sure
So
that
I know it's a little bit.
our combat monsters are pretty stronger than their combat monsters.
Well,
Well, if I'm
they
back in-
actually have a flying guy. They have their mecha armor can fly.
Oh, if I'm
so
back
they
in-
could they could actually make your life pretty miserable.
If you put me back in the picture, and
Doing
I've got
hit
outline
run
of sight
attacks.
with them.
Yeah,
He can land.
Well, since we were
When you
talking about.
say mecha armor,
yeah.
I say skeet.
Well, I mean that's the thing.
I was
Like,
going to say, get down.
you're
here.
also in the middle of the wasteland, so they could do that, but they're not suicidal. Like they're not going to fight you
well, since
unless you force them.
we need to talk to them about the fees that they were going to receive
Yeah.
from it because see if they can do a negotiation with. Well, it's like with their Ludian Tumblr group saying that we're still going to provide the connection of information,
Just
but
not the physical computer.
the physical computer, it's still going to come to them. And
Yeah,
then
you can. A lot. Some of the Ludians will hate that, but you can just tell them
They
eat
still
it,
get their
do it.
computer.
and then we can talk
Screw
about
you.
working on that
Well,
Patreon thing.
cultural
Compromise.
appropriation is
Yeah.
bad, but that doesn't mean you get to keep your stuff to yourself.
This is America.
Oh,
we
yeah,
share our
exactly.
cultures in America.
Exactly. You could force your values on them. So
Exactly. Well, no.
Well, no,
that is
that's what
totally
we
the old
talked
school
about.
way.
that's exactly what you're doing.
Well, no, talking with the debate later on, say we can figure out a way to get money back to you from this.
Well, yeah, no, the fandom will accept that. They'll accept that and they'll pay cosplay. So cosplay will be happy. So the Ludians will, yeah, you're just forcing
So we
your
give
values.
them the information, just not the machine.
Yeah.
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 So you force them to put a connection up so the Ludians can access it.
Right. Well, and I
Or so the
figure-
Ludians have it, but the fandom can access it as
Sure.
well.
We should give the Ludians a crash course in
Yeah.
content in content disbursement. So they put out just enough a month to keep
It can be a source of income for them.
Exactly.
to first pay off cosplay.
Sure.
Like it needs to go there first, but then they can actually have money from it.
Yeah. So they sell their own culture
Yeah.
for profits.
Wow, yeah, it's like a
Commercialized
culture exporting their own things
Yeah.
to people that are just don't really fully understand it culturally, but
So in the months to come, it causes a schism within the Ludian community between the hardliners and the reform Ludians.
Well, yeah.
And of course, a lot of bad blood is between the bad Igor, whatever you want to call it.
they find something.
But yeah, so they have no choice but to accept it. Cosplay gets paid, so they're like, all right, whatever. I hate this place. They want to get back to the surface. And Mischief, they disappear. You don't hear from them. Except they start robbing banks again, of course.
That's for a
And
later time.
Marv's open. The underground and some people, base raiders, go to Marv's school of mecha design. And who would you be assigning to watch over that? Someone you trust, someone really technical. Like that's the thing. Like, how important is it for you to monitor him? Because if you send a really talented scientist or engineer, someone you really trust, that means that person isn't available to help you on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
So you just assign some assistant and hope for the best, or you're like, this is a priority. We got to make sure he doesn't do anything
For a
shady.
small fee.
Yeah.
I already have a rapport with the guy. I can occasionally come by and talk to him.
Yeah, if you want to live in the fucking
I'm not going
graveyard of-
to live down there.
You have to live down there. It's so
We
isolated.
At the
set
moment-
up a quarterly rotation. 3
Okay.
months in, 3 months
And
out.
actually, I'll
Okay.
take the first one since I need to lay low.
Yeah, you could do that. See, there you go.
Sure.
Yeah.
It doesn't pay very well, and you live in a swamp populated with monsters and robots. But you could go visit the showroom. You're hired straight. They have a field trip, and you get to see all the Transformers.
Going on a feed.
So yeah, that will be. I guess you guys wrapped it up without having a big ass fight.
Which is good.
Yeah, it only.
You told us to not have a big ass fight.
Well, you could have. Well,
Actually-
yeah, if you wanted the MacGuffin was kind of like
Hey,
yeah.
Ross, you remember the thing with me? Bluff skill checks.
Yeah.
If it's high enough, you don't need combat skills.
Well, that's true. That's kind of the RPPR way.
Someday.
I just didn't want a big fight. I didn't want to just have a big fight to get the MacGuffin. I wanted you could have done a big fight if you lured Mischief away from the MacGuffin, or you stole it away, and then you could have
Although
Yeah.
they proved pretty talented at negating that.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
hey, we had to leave this.
Yeah.
Have a bomb.
If we could have been.
Well, that's because they were aware. They were alert. If you snuck up on them, and they were Afterimage probably could have snuck up on them.
If you could have got me within line of sight.
Yeah.
Oh, you could have tried. I could have either been battling an ancient god tier mind myself.
Yeah.
Or I could have been taking over a human to make them shoot each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but you guys resolved it. Question, comments, suggestions? How you guys like it?
No, I really like that too. So, did you actually have fights or encounters set up for the other areas like the showroom
See, I was totally looking to find
or
one.
Rocket Punch?
I didn't. I have locations and encounters. I didn't assign specific things.
I wanted to go find the Dronky.
Yeah,
It's a personal thing.
yeah. The Drunky was there. You could have met
Dronky, come on.
robot head, a giant robot head that would have talked to the PCs and asked them to move a stone that had a grave marker on it. And when you moved it in front of the robot head, it would have vaporized it, and that would have used all its energy, so it would have shut off, and it wouldn't explain anything. It just would have happened.
this is just a thing.
Just helping a disembodied head commit suicide.
Well, he wanted to blow up the grave marker.
Which grave was it?
You don't know. The information was in its head, and it
No, it's silent.
lost its memory as soon as it.
See, I was
lost
wondering
power.
about that.
It just would have been for theme and atmosphere. It's a place where all these ancient, not ancient, but all these struggles and
Decades old.
soggles and
it's a graveyard.
yeah, it's a graveyard of other heroes and villains. Great wars have been fought that you don't even know of. To hint at the larger universe.
See, I was kind of
basically.
interested in the island full of researchers that we never really.
Oh yeah, you could have visited
I was
them.
going to bring that up, but then everybody kind of got sidetracked.
They're just-
Because you said ideal research, were they actually part
Yes,
of the ideal? Okay.
they were actually assigned there, and they consider themselves part of the ideal. They're just
So I
like,
could-
oh, they're gone. Yeah, we know that. Whatever, they'll be back.
I could have been crabby with
Which
it.
we have more work to do. So they're trying to build a perfect terraforming technology. because they figure Earth is going to be uninhabitable in a century or so.
Oh, and what way was Mischief getting in? Was it actually on the elevator? Or was
no, I told you, there are hundreds of teleport pads.
Okay, they took...
The ideal just use this as their dumping ground. They just kept, hey, oh god, this is unsightly. Oh, the monster fell on Tokyo. Let's shove it into a teleport.
This place is a sieve.
Yeah.
Sloppy bastards.
The one thing that we didn't really cover was why does it have daylight?
It's not daylight, it's light refracted from
as far as a day-night cycle.
Basically, the not Evangelion is emitting an energy blast that refracts off the force field.
That is the force field.
Yeah.
And do we know what the connection is between that and not Mothra?
No.
Okay.
That's the whole thing. That would be like an entire game of just like figuring that out, what the relationship is, and stuff like that. So it's meant to be like a campaign location.
Turns out Mothra is your mom.
Yeah.
It's a cyborg.
It's meant to be like you could have you could have a whole campaign down here or adventures or stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Mothra.
I'll probably do a PDF at some point of like the graveyard of giant robots. Here's a place you can have base raiding adventures. Or an encounter.
Well,
you could just
it's a
tell.
wonderful setting. I really like it.
Mothra until we find those two tiny women.
Yeah. So they might be around.
I gotta do science. I gotta do science.
I was going to say, another thing you can do is, again, theme the characters around the setting. Just say, hey, I'm shooting for this kind of thing. Here's some research material. Go watch the crap out of some,
Yeah. But your character was fine.
I'm saying, like, no, mine was fine. I'm saying, like, in general, if you were doing a campaign, you tell the players, theme your characters around this kind of theme, and then they can spend all the time exploring and occasionally going up to the surface to take something for a spin.
Well, yeah, you could do it in a campaign where the characters start as normal people. Like, they're the otaku volunteers who go and sit in not Voltron's head to research stuff. And they're like, hey, guys, let's go get ourselves some superpowers. And then they go out to some ruin nearby, dig up some stuff, juice themselves up with that, and then go up to do more stuff.
I don't know, Ross. I don't know anybody, especially at this table, who would want to find Mecha.
Yeah.
I know, right?
And, maybe learn how to possibly pilot those. Especially if we could find one of the ones that turns from 5 big mecha into 1 gigantic mecha.
Or just
to be
like some sort of useful form into an anthropoid form.
Oh, did you use the modular design?
This is after
Or
Image.
Is that just kind of a bae?
She's not.
Like
She's not the complete nerd pilot.
I haven't.
This is,
I wanted to find the donkey.
Oh yeah, the donkey. Yeah, we just don't have time.
was that just Ludwig that you put in there?
Not Ludwig. Yeah, Sean suggested it in that group me chat, so I was like, all right, yeah, sure.
He's like, we'll go up here. I'm like, a depressed donkey.
Yeah.
Who's just wandering aimlessly.
Yeah.
He wants his power source back like a tail.
Gritty gas work out okay?
That was fun.
I loved the gritty gas. It was perfect for my character.
Yeah.
My gritties.
And remember, you can buy Death Traps Volume 1 now.
Right.
I guess let's go to
Gritty
the art for this episode. Yeah, link by Death Traps. Plus, sentry turrets. You were shot at by a sentry turret, obviously.
Oh,
with missiles.
Okay, so
And I took it like a champ.
You did. You're very good at
And
that.
I panicked.
Yes, you did. It worked out great.
So many
everyone had roles to contribute. So I guess that'll.
That'll be that.
All right. We'll talk next.
They belong to Rouse.